Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here, bringing another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Saturday, and today we're doing mock interviews again. And this is probably going to be my last one for mock interviews. So you might see me go live for something else, but probably not mock interviews for a bit of time. So obviously, if you're new to my channel, I do IT videos, that stuff, support videos, all about how to get into IT. So as always, rate, comment, subscribe, notification bell. That way you know when I go live. This is my last mock interview video. Um, Obviously, I will be making different types of videos where I go live, and I'll let you know what that's going to be like. So we'll talk about that. But I am live right now, so let's see who comes in today. Let's see who we get today for our mock interviews. I already have something I'm going to give him, so we planned it out already. So whoever shows up is going to be the one that's going to be tested. So let's see who shows up for today. We'll let everyone join YouTube right now. So I got my coffee. Sorry, a little late. I know Mike Tyson's fighting later. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, by the way. It was a good. I had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Mike Tyson's fighting later. What else is happening this week? So I think there's a UFC fight. I'm not sure. There's a few other things going on, but let's wait for everyone to join. So so why is this my last live technical session? It's my last live technical session is because I'm focusing in December. So December's coming up next, obviously next month. Next month is Mentor December. So what does that mean? Basically, if you're on my Discord, I'm gonna do a one-on-one with you for free, and I'll go over your resume. I go over your technical skills, and I try to help you on how you can improve to get the job. So all of December is me focusing on you trying to get a job in IT. I'm trying to see how many people I can get a job in IT through the whole month of December. So I will be doing one-on-ones with people. But you have to be part of my Discord. So if you're part of my Discord, you will see that I will be doing one-on-ones with people. So means like I go over your resume. If you're stuck I can't do Active Directory, or I'm bad with Exchange, or I need you to go over Outlook, or I need you to go over my soft skills or tech skills, I will be doing that for free, and it's going to be done for the whole month of December. That's my focus. My focus for December, all my energy and focus is going to be doing one-on-one training with people, and I won't be going live as much because of that. So I want to try to focus on that this month. Just have like a good December and a good year, if that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's gonna be the goal for December. Obviously December, like November's almost over. So for the goal for December will be that. It's just straight up focusing on the person, what they're weak at. Maybe they're weak at tech skills. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're good at soft skills. Maybe you're good at soft skills, but you're not good at Active Directory. Maybe you're bad with Exchange 365. Maybe you're not good with a certain application. So it's gonna be stuff like that I'm gonna be doing with people individually, if that makes sense. And I have other things going on right now too. There's like a lot going on right now. So how you guys doing? And I'm waiting for people to join. Yeah. So the December is strictly focused on me doing. I gotta say mock interviews. I can't talk. December is strictly me doing mentorship. So I'm focusing on mentoring people, and like outside of YouTube. So you will see me in Discord, but outside of YouTube, I will be mentoring people. And I've been doing that like this whole month, by the way. November, I've been doing that, but not as much as before. So if you're brand new to IT, you want like a roadmap of where to start or how to get started and what you should be working on in IT. If you're trying to get a help desk or IT support job, I will literally sit here with you and show you what you should be working on. I'll spend 1 to 2 hours with you, and then we'll go over your resume, we'll go over your tech skills, we'll go over what you need help with, and then we'll take it from there after that. So that's gonna be strictly only December. So December is gonna be like that for me with everyone, because I want to see how many people can land a job in IT in December. So when we get that going, it's gonna be fun because it's gonna be something really, really interesting. Because I want to see how many people can help to land a job in IT, whether it's your resume, whether it's your soft skills, whether it's your tech skills. Should be a really good month for me in December. So that's the game plan. It's free, obviously. I'm not charging anything. It's free. So you want to get like mentorship, you have to be part of my Discord. So let me send my let me send my link on to everyone. So let's just send my link of Zoom. If you're in Zoom, send that link right now. Just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. Bear with me. Just give me a second. Let me open up participants. Okay. Yeah. So for this December, strictly focus on. I want to put all my energy, all my power, all my coffee energy on helping people land a job in IT. That's my focus for December. So December I won't be live as much, but my main focus is gonna be people landing a job in IT. That's like my I'm gonna give 110% of people landing a job in IT. So that's the game plan.
Hello.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
I'm ready for another information technology video.
Funny. Hey, Steven. How you doing, man?
What's up, buddy?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Can't complain.
So, what's the topic? Is interviews? Who's being interviewed?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
We'll see who
All
joins.
right.
Yeah, we'll see who joins. Yeah, I don't know yet.
I think Diaz is up for it.
Yes.
Let's go.
Nah. I got some good questions today for other people.
Okay.
Yeah. So Mantis is one-on-one for people, and yeah. So yeah. The people if you're trying to get a job, and if you already have a job, I'll do one-on-ones. I actually did that with someone. So like, I had someone that they were doing Helpdesk, and now they're doing Helpdesk level 2, so it's a little more than regular. It's like service desk is more. So if you already have a job and you want to know what search you should be studying, what you should be focusing on, I do that as well. So just to give you a little advice on that, but yeah, definitely do that. I have a video interview this week. We hear back. Hey, let's see who joins. Let's see who joins today. I want to see who joins today. It's gonna be funny.
I've been trying to recruit people for a while now. So let me check my LinkedIn actually.
Yeah, just trying to see who joins today. I'm literally running on only 4 hours of sleep, by the way.
What happened?
Oh.
Couldn't sleep.
Should we ask why?
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. Oh well.
Yeah, we were awake pretty late.
We were awake till 4.
Yeah, I just couldn't sleep for some reason. I'm like, all right, whatever, leave it alone. So
4 is too late. Too late.
Yeah, it was like
Is it though?
I was up at 4, and I was up at 4, and then woke up at, I went to sleep at 4, and then I woke up at 8. I'm like, okay, guess I'm awake. Whatever.
See, I did a similar thing, but I went back to sleep.
Yeah, just
Slept like 3 more hours.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you want them to interview me? They've interviewed me so many times. They can answer for me.
We interviewed her already in another video, by the way, if you don't know that.
Not one, like 4 videos.
Yeah, 4 different ones.
Yeah, she's part of many communities like Kevtech, Spiceworks.
You think you're funny, Diaz?
Almost memorized it at this point.
She's part of Latte Spiceworks.
Oh, maybe that should be my thing.
Latte Spiceworks.
Basic.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for more people to come in right now. See. Come on. Why would I do this? Like, everyone says they want to do this and they avoid me. They avoid it. Like, they don't want to do it at all. Like, every time. This always happens to me. Like, all right, I want to do mock interviews and let's see who wants to join. And then no one wants to join. Like, why?
Yeah,
why is everyone scared of it?
No, and then a bunch of people say, "Oh, we're gonna do it. I'll do it next Saturday. I'll do it next Saturday." And then no one comes. Come on, people.
Yeah, this is people are avoiding mock interviews for some reason.
Should we post a Zoom link in the YouTube chat or no?
No.
If you want to be part of the cool Zoom crew, you have to join the Discord, man.
Yeah, so this one is a I fell off bad past 2 weeks. Yeah, so this one is there we go. We have another Steven coming in. Yeah, Steven 2 coming in right now. Steven. This is this is my Steven. This is my Steven.
Wait, which one?
The myth, the legend, the doctor. Steven.
What? Troy's over there eating. No.
Did you make him turkey? Did you order him turkey?
Oh, look at the shirt that you have. What shirt is that?
Sheldon, Bazinga,
Oh, Sheldon, yeah, I see that.
Bazinga,
That's funny.
Bazinga.
The Big Bang Theory.
Will that get you banned off of YouTube? Should I take it down?
No, you're good. You're good for having
Should I
this.
start to take it off? Oh,
Yeah. It's-
I know, scare everybody away. I
I
know.
got the lab every day shirt.
We don't want
Embrace
anybody
the
getting
Yeah, my-
off YouTube.
That is coffee or die. That's what mine says. Coffee or die. Sure. So,
I'm normal.
um,
So is this guy.
I have another shirt. Like I have another shirt that you'll see. Well, not sure a hoodie. You'll see me wear the hoodie. It says "Funny How," and it's like Joe Pesci from the Goodfellas, Godfather. You know
I haven't
Goodfellas.
seen the
I have
Goodfellas.
different
I know
types
who
of
Joe
sweaters.
Pesci is.
Yeah, so it's from the Italian mafia. It says "Funny How," and it's a picture of him. It's in there somewhere. I have to take it out. I'll wear it later, probably in one other video. So
Wow, we need at least one person. Can't start without at least one person to interview.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. People are avoiding. People don't want to do mock interviews. They're
Come on,
like,
guys. If you fail, all good. There's nothing. Nobody's here to make fun of you. You're just here to test yourself. What do you know? What don't you know? What do you need to learn? The more you learn about what you need to learn, the better you're gonna be. You're
Exactly.
gonna have to deal with uncomfortable situations regardless at some point in IT. So it's better just to get it over with now, so that when you encounter it again later, you're more calm.
At least we're gonna give you feedback. When you go on an interview, they're usually not gonna give you any feedback.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
That's
either
true.
gonna like decline you or like hire you.
That is true. That's true. Like no
And I
people
say
are
this like every time. It's
Yeah, I'm
not
trying
hot
to-
seat today.
trying to see who's gonna join today. People are hesitant to join.
Don't worry, you don't have to be alone. It's just you. If you're the only one who joins, maybe okay, sure, it's you. But it's anybody who wants to join, multiple people. It's not just one person. You know,
If you're the only
4 or
one
5
who
people.
joins, I will do it with you, but I'm not going to do it myself. Like, because I've already done this too many times. Like,
just
if you're uncomfortable to do it alone, I'll do it with you.
Let's see what's going. Let's see what anyone's joining. I see a lot of people on YouTube right now. Like they're watching, but nobody wants to join the Zoom meeting. Oh wait! I got somebody. Oh.
Good. It's
Uh-oh.
a valuable experience. Take advantage of it.
Oh, here we go.
I'm telling you guys, I wouldn't have gotten a job if they didn't put me through this shit.
Edwin,
Mm-mm.
are you there?
Wouldn't
Yeah,
have gotten
sure.
a job.
Are you here to participate?
I'm here to learn.
Here to learn? Are you here to actually do questions or?
some questions, man. You got this. You can do it.
So what are we doing today?
Technical questions.
Technical questions.
Hey guys, Steven, congratulations on passing your Network Plus.
Oh yeah, so yeah, good job, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Nice
Appreciate
job.
it. Appreciate it.
You're now a member of the club again. That's good.
I'm a reactivated member of the club.
There you
Yes.
go. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I will probably skip A plus and do Network Plus. Probably for me, I'm doing Network Plus. Probably I'm not gonna do A. It doesn't make any sense for me to get A plus.
Oh, you didn't answer. So is that what you're gonna pursue next? Is Network Plus?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Network Plus, and then after that, I am gonna do Microsoft certifications. Because we're moving to the cloud, so we're moving to Azure and AWS. So I need to either get AWS or I need to get Azure. I need to get one of the two certifications. So
Both.
I have to. I'm forced to actually like learn it because my job is moving to the cloud. So I can't avoid it. I have to learn it. So
Yeah.
just
Kevin,
so.
there are R. Kelly and Graham.
I'll put it on.
Join.
I could put it in chat. We'll allow it in chat.
All
That's
right.
fine. And I'll kick anyone that's gonna cause problems, but put it in chat.
I got
It's
you.
fine. Yep. Yeah, just
She
put it
caused
in.
problems I'm gonna fight you.
Put it in chat. Let's see who actually wants to. Let's see who wants to join. Basir, you see that video on group policy I did for task manager?
No, I didn't. Me and Troy were down watching trains this morning and stuff like that. So I
Nice.
saw you posted it. So I will take a look at it after later.
Yeah, I did a group policy with task manager, and then you could still open it if you're an admin, but you can't open it if you're the user. Basically.
It's group policy.
Yep.
I was up late last night fooling around with it some more.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think my next video that's like lab 9. I think my next video is lab 10. I think it's gonna be all PowerShell commands. I'm not even joking about that.
Yeah,
The next is gonna be power like me creating an account using PowerShell, me unlocking an account using PowerShell, me adding someone to a group using PowerShell. Everything's all PowerShell. So that should be interesting. So
yeah. Hey, but we did have fun yesterday, though. We did this.
yeah, let's see who joins today.
We had some fun yesterday with Troy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I already put the Christmas tree up. I put things up already for Christmas. So I'm good to go for Christmas.
Oh, Hammy's here.
There we go. The networking wizard, Mr. PowerShell, we'll call him.
Come on down. Take the opportunity.
Nobody wants to join this session. Nobody wants to do testing. Come on, man.
Nice.
It's no fun without people.
I promise we don't bite.
We will not ask you about printers. Don't worry about
I don't know about Diaz.
it. I don't bite.
Promise we don't bite. We don't attack. We don't bite. So. Someone asked, is it realistic to pass the security plus without taking the A+ and network plus?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be as easy, but it's possible.
If you have
Security
IT
network
background,
plus.
you can do it. If you don't have any IT background, don't do it.
Yeah.
And
Unless it's
what
like
I
a
mean by
DoD
that is
requirement.
not. What I mean by that is not experience. I mean is knowledge. Just if you don't know what an IP address is, Sec Plus isn't for you. Because even if you learn it, what's the point? What's the use? It's of no use to you.
Someone asked, is CCNA a good cert to get even though everything's going to the cloud?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
The cloud doesn't mean that on-prem infrastructure is going anywhere. Systems still have to be networked physically, regardless.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And regardless what you think, a lot of network equipment is still going to be all CLI based.
Yep.
And CLI for folks out there in the YouTube land or newbies is acronym for what there, Mr. Hammy?
Command line interface.
Thank you, sir.
You guys, nobody wants to get tested today? Man, come on, man.
Come on, don't let Edwin be alone.
We need to get a new one of those papers.
Edwin's not
Steven.
getting tested, I don't
Everyone
think.
does not want to get tested. Everyone's like, hell no, I ain't getting tested.
I'm sorry, Estat, what did you say?
Nothing.
I didn't, I said. I thought you said
Someone's
nothing.
coming. Oh, no one else is coming here.
Let me find him. Is he on Discord?
Yeah,
Who?
just give it a second.
Steven,
will
you're not
know.
on Discord right now?
Excuse me?
You're not on Discord right now?
No, I'm not. I usually turn that off when I'm on.
Wait a
Oh.
second, I recognize this name.
Damn. Okay.
What?
No, it's okay.
I kind
I
of
can pop it
recognize
on.
too.
And pop it on real quick.
Sure. Where is it?
Azure or
Batunde, are you
AWS
here
after
to
I
be
pass
tested?
CCNA? Depends.
Yeah, depends on what you want to do.
Do I get in trouble?
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Yeah.
Going on what? The general?
Don't they say that AWS
Actually,
is
never
more?
mind, Steven. Never mind. I'll catch
Don't
you
they-
some other time. Never mind.
Don't they say that AWS is more? Nope, can't find the English word.
Oh, Frederick is joining.
Sammy!
Sammy's here too. Uh-oh.
Is more prevalent? Is that what you're looking for?
What?
Is more prevalent?
AWS is
Wait, no,
big.
not prevalent. Like, You know how I'll think
Frederick.
about it. Give me a minute.
Uh-oh. Frederick's here.
Azure's catching up in market share. They're expanding at a
Yeah, AWS is still
high
dominant.
clip.
Azure is good though. It's good to know Azure and AWS. They're both growing because obviously Azure has that Microsoft backing.
Azure is growing
AWS
exponentially.
Yeah, it's growing really fast, but AWS
It's
is still
growing.
the king of the market right now.
AWS has 40 something percent of the market share, and Azure's up to 36, 37%. So
You really have to learn both if you
Yeah,
want to
you-
be successful.
yeah.
significant footprint.
You gotta keep in mind too that a lot of companies are still on-prem, so you still gotta know like Exchange 365. You still gotta know like the server stuff, like some of that stuff you still gotta know. Believe it or not, even some people are still using Server 2012 R2. Some are using 2016. Some are using 2019, like the newer one. But a lot of it is on-prem, so you need to know what that is. If you're
The
doing like
biggest mistake
365.
the biggest mistake you guys can do as a beginner is to hyper focus on one skill. I want to do the cloud. I'm going to do security. Don't do that because you're going to lock yourself into when you're trying to look for jobs because you don't have that experience to say, I want that job and only that job. It's going to be very difficult for you to find an entry-level job.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the reason why like I tell people like, and people hate me when I say this. If they're like, I'm like, go get the A plus or at least learn it, you know, and then you combine that with a lab environment, so you make your own little lab at home, and then add those skills to your resume, because that's the only way you're gonna learn is by doing that, and you build your confidence too when you make a lab at home. You build your confidence in everything. So the only way you're gonna learn is by you actually doing it. That's the only way you're gonna learn. There's no other way to learn. You have to actually do it. And then people ask me like, what's like the how quickly can I get the A plus? And then it also depends on you too. Like it depends on the person. Everyone's way of learning is different. So really depends on the person. Depends on a lot of different things. So
You want to be a bit of a generalist at first. You don't want to hyper focus. It's going to be way too difficult to find work like that. Because if a lot of these positions, you'll read the job descriptions, you'll see it. They ask for a lot of things, and if you can check more of those, but you don't have to have all those boxes checked. But if you can check more of them, it's probably better.
Yeah, you're not gonna. So like people ask me too that you don't gotta know everything that they're asking for in a job requirement. You just gotta know some of it, not all of it. The rest of it you're gonna learn. They're gonna train you how to do it. So because you're brand new, they're gonna train you regardless. If you're new, they're gonna train you regardless. So you're gonna learn it anyway on the job.
Yeah,
Does that make
it's
sense?
like Kevin with his Bloomberg technology. You're not going to learn that on your own. How are you going to lab that? You can't just download Bloomberg and start messing with it in the same way that you can do it in a production environment. Unless you do it in the real world, you're not going to get that experience. But it's going to be on the job description.
Yep.
I think sure. I think the scariest thing about when you read those job descriptions and they ask for the world, and then you see how much they're going to pay, like $18, $19, $20 an hour. You're like, what the heck? They're asking for the world, but they're paying for they want to pay you least. It's kind of like scary sometimes. So, I mean, keep that in mind too. What you're finding out in the days, they want you to do more for less. But having that thing like Kev just said there, having an all-around about skill to start with will really help you going forward, because then you can get in that job, at least get in it, and then break away from that thing and go to something better. First of all, you just need that first job to get your feet wet. After that, you learn what you can learn, then kind of move away from there and see if you can move forward in your career. So
that's why I tell people like stop focusing on getting 100 certifications. Focus on landing the first job. Then after that you could do certifications, and then the company might even pay for it. So land that first job, and then when you land that first job, then you could go ahead and figure out what you want to do, what the right path is for you. But don't study 100 certifications. It's not going to do anything. You have to really land that first job first. Then after that, you could take a step back, and then you could see like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do network admin. I want to be a sysadmin. I want to do DevOps, whatever. But you need to get the first job first before you can even think about that.
So I want to answer current carrier's question. He said, what is actually AWS? So AWS is Amazon Web Services. So like Amazon, the company, like where you buy stuff, they have a cloud service, cloud platform. So you can have machines in the cloud where you can pay money and get that machine as a service, virtual machines. You have platforms where you can set up your applications. You can do networking in there. You can do virtual workspaces, virtual desktops, all kinds of different technologies that exist in AWS. And pretty much it's just cloud technology, apart from Amazon.
Yep. But I see Frederick is here. It looks like Frederick loves being in these hot seats or these technical questions. Frederick's here. What are you doing, Frederick? You want to you want to practice again? We don't hear you. I don't hear you. Cannot hear you. I think you're muted.
All right, is this working?
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I heard technical questions, so I just rushed on over, Let's see what was all the buzz about.
Why are you like zoomed out like that?
Yeah, why?
I was my OBS studio.
You're like completely zoomed out for some reason. Oh, there we go.
Gotta drag that sucker on down. Okay, yeah,
I was like, why are you zoomed out like that?
Oh. Yeah.
Are you trying to stay away from us? You're zooming out like that? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Do you wanna go back on the seat again?
I mean, I'm open to questions. I'm always
looks like you're back for more.
I'm always yeah.
We got some new questions for you, man.
Yeah, I got new questions for you.
All right. Is there like like a hat or something someone has? And they like picking it from the hat or something.
You got to come up with them,
Yep.
Hey, bro.
Why is Femi so quiet?
Hey, Femi.
What's up, Femi?
I was actually trying to get someone to come to meet you guys and be on the hot seat, but last week it seemed like he was kind of intimidated by the amount of barrage that someone that he saw that was in the hot seat.
No, but he did so good last week though. You got to admit. He did really good.
Everything to be brand new, like those are all brand new.
You did really well for last week. I'm telling you right now, like believe it or not, like after you're done with all these interviews, you're gonna have so much confidence in your ability that when you go to a job interview, you're more prepared. You're like, okay, I can answer this now. That's the point of it. That's the reason why I like doing these, because then the person is more prepared, and then you don't hesitate when you ask a question. So it does help you. That's why I tell people to, you should come here and try it, because you never know unless you try, right? And it's a good learning experience too. So it's like, we make you do something, and you have to for an IT or you're brand new, you have to get out of your comfort zone if you want to learn. That's the only way you're gonna learn, is if you get out of your comfort zone and if you put on the spot like that. That's the only way you're gonna learn, because otherwise you're not gonna learn anything.
Like live on YouTube,
Yeah, exactly. Like no, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. It is not the same thing. Like you doing a lab and then you actually doing it in front of 100 people. It's not the same thing, actually. So it's a good learning experience. I tell you, well, you did really well last week. So, and like looks like you came back for more.
Have you been applying, Frederick?
No. I'm taking my time with this. Just taking my time with this, just making sure, putting all the pieces together. Today in practice labs, I had fun because I created my very first GPO. Well, I ain't gonna say acronyms, but I did my first group policy object today, and I learned how to do the start menu and export the start menu to XML and all that. So it was dope, because I do kind of find group policy management kind of scary, because I haven't done a lot of things in that area. So now opening it up, I'm like, oh my God, but yeah,
No, you did really well last week, and group policy is like it's something that you will see a lot. Like literally, they would have someone just to do group policy in some companies, just do that only. Some companies have it set up that way, because there's a lot going on in group policy.
And don't worry about it too much. You'll learn it over time, just as you use it. It's not the most complicated thing. You just got to learn the categories, how to find what you need, and most of the things you can just Google. How to set wallpaper group policy. Oh, go to this tab, that. Boom, there you go. You're ready to be applying. I would if I were you, I'd be applying now, and because from what we see from these interviews, you're ready. You're ready.
Dude,
to get that
I mean, people have been employers been reaching out to me, like on LinkedIn and like even Facebook. They'll reach out, and ZipRecruiter. I make sure all those things up to date. And like seriously, like they've been reaching out to me. I haven't replied, but they've been reaching out. You know what I'm saying? And like even when I do reply and everything like that, they'll be like, "Hey, well, you keep learning or whatever like that, whatever the case may be. They're working with not just me, but with everyone. You know, it's a lot of opportunities out there, and especially in IT, especially what we're doing. Because for one, it's not that many people, and then the people that's doing it, they don't want to really do it anymore. So I'm like, hey, go ahead, go ahead and get promoted, brother. I'll take that,
Hey,
and
James
you
is
know,
here.
but
James.
but yeah.
Hey, James.
Unfortunately, Danish won't be joining us today. He's watching, but
Yeah, he's not feeling well
well.
today, unfortunately.
Oh
Not feeling
no.
well. Yeah, he's not feeling well.
Also, Fred, there's a message that got deleted that I think it got deleted because it was in caps. It's from someone from the UK. My G Fred left from the UK,
James,
London.
man,
Like it,
yeah.
all caps.
we got James in the house
It's
over
from
here.
Jesse AJ.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Oh, okay.
Doing okay. I was like, oh, should I go? Should I not? And I was like, you know what, man? Just go ahead and test yourself, see where you're at. If I fail, I'm failing forward. So just here to join the other interns and see where I'm at.
Oh, yeah, we
All
have
right,
three
so
of them.
I guess we'll do I don't want to make this too long either. So I guess we'll do a tech skills with 2 people now for today. Unless someone else shows up. That's what we'll do. I think Kevin has questions to ask too. So it should be interesting.
Cool. Everybody stay good.
Kevin,
Thanksgiving was good.
Yes, Kevin has questions to ask.
Yeah.
Tech questions to ask.
Let me look at my queue.
I'm just waiting for everyone to join right now. Just some people are still trying to join on Zoom. Otherwise, I would have got started already, but just people keep trying to join Zoom. So
I think today's should be a little bit longer than usual because it's the last one for the year. Just a little bit. Like 10 minutes.
Yeah, then I know Kev said it's going to be back on tonight, so yeah.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, since we're waiting, everyone should join Discord. I give you guys this lecture every single time.
Let me share my screen for 2 seconds. Give me a second before we do anything. Okay, so just going to my Discord. So I'm on different Discords. I'm on my Discord, but also I'm on different Discords for you guys. Sorry, I'm talking really fast as I had too much coffee, so I'm too hyper. So Discord here is my Discord. It's Kevtech IT support, and then I have this section. So when you guys were asking me, like, what is he talking about one-on-one training? This is free, by the way. So I have this section called one-on-one training. Basically, what I do is I do one-on-one with someone for free for 1 to 2 hours. And you could ask James if you like, because James, I did one with him.
Yep.
So I do it for free. Like I'm taking my time, my energy from work. I get it out of work and I go and do a one-on-one with you for free. And I give you like tech advice, so what you should be working on your resume, what skills you should be working on and stuff like that. This is free. Do it for free. I don't sell anything. I don't charge anything. So yeah, it's free. So I think you should definitely join Discord because we do things outside of YouTube, on Discord. So you'll miss a lot when we have channels here too. And then if you're part of this as well, I should definitely if you could send like a link to Job Skillshare, you definitely should join Job Skillshare as well because we have a lot of things going on in Job Skillshare as well. So we intertwine with each other. So like I do something here, then he does something here, and we go back and forth. So you should definitely join Discord. We have a lot going on Discord. We do a lot outside of YouTube, and then we're actually we're doing internships too. But we haven't talked about that, but we're doing internships too. So definitely should join Discord for things like that. So
by the way, the third internship is supposed to start, I want to say in 2 to 3 weeks. Don't quote me on that time exactly, but it's like 2 to 3 weeks.
So this is for someone that's brand new and you want to have some sort of job experience you can add on your resume. This is what we're doing outside of YouTube. So it's something that we're brand new that we just started doing. So it's something that you should probably, if you want to be part of it, you have to be part of Discord. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep saying that, but yeah. So that's why it's very that's what it is. Like we're doing a lot. There's a lot going on besides me being on YouTube. Okay, we'll go back and I'm all over the place. So yeah. So wait for Kevin's back. All right, Kevin's back. All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, cool.
So we ready?
Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's see. I'm just reading the questions. Someone said, should I get the CompTIA A+ even though I have a bachelor's in IT? My current job is tech support agent, but I don't have CompTIA A+ basic troubleshooting level. That's what he said. I'm struggling to get a job at Network Plus, Security Plus. It's all about your resume, man. It's all about the resume. If you have a good resume, you'll be fine. It's all about the resume. So like if you have certifications already, you gotta fix your resume. It's your resume. Fix your resume. So all about the resume. All right. You guys are ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna ask you tech questions, and then I don't know if I should do like should we do labs or no labs, guys? Haifa, Steven.
Oh, do we have the capability?
I have it today. I do have my capability today, this time. Because I got OBS, so I can, like, make it work or whatever.
Yeah, let me work on that while you guys ask a few
Well, I
questions.
mean, we have our
Okay,
virtual
yeah.
machines either way. Like, I have my VM too as well.
Okay.
Zoom,
well,
we could just do
I
Zoom
think,
remote control or
one of
something.
you guys will be better, probably.
Okay. Hey, hi Andy. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah. So, all right. I'm gonna ask both of you questions. James and Frederick. Frederick just leave. Oh, there he is. Okay. So, my first question is going to be: Can you have two accounts with the same name on Active Directory?
Yes. Oh, I don't know. Are we answering in order or something? I don't know.
Yes or no, and why? Yes or no, and tell me to explain to me, like, is that possible? Yes or no? Can you have two accounts on AD with the same name?
I would say yes, because there are humans on Earth with the same name, and you can specify a different login name when you create that user to kind of differentiate that user. So I know in college they usually put maybe your first initial and last name, and if you're not that only person, you may have a specific set of numbers behind your name for your login.
Got it. All right. That's a good answer. I'll ask James a different question. James.
Mhm.
Una pregunta, question. Can you add a contact to a distribution group?
You add a contact to a distribution group. You add a contact to a distribution group.
Okay, Danish is going to set up the thing and pass it over.
Yep.
That I don't know.
Come on, James, you got this, James.
You add a contact to distribution group. Let's see.
Well, first of all, do you know what a contact is?
I'm looking at contact is the person's contact information.
I'm talking about contact on AD. Can you add that? Can you add a contact to a distribution group on AD? Is that possible? You know what I'm talking about, or have you ever heard of that? Or
It's okay to not know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's been new for everyone.
Because when you're talking about distribution group, I'm thinking about Office 365 and Exchange, and then Active Directory is just completely different. That's how I'm looking at it. So to answer your question, I don't know.
Fred, you going to add to that? You want to add to that, Fred?
Add? Oh.
You want to maybe help?
Yeah. Okay. So, James, think about it. So, well, I guess we need some clarification on the contact part. If you don't know what a contact is, then I don't know how to clarify it. So, a distribution group, right?
Mm-hmm.
What they're used for, they're used to send out multiple emails in efficient time.
Mm-hmm.
So, a contact, you got a user, and then you have a contact. You have other things too, but in comparison, what is the difference between a user and a contact? Think of a user on Active Directory.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the system, they're logging in, they're coming to work or whatever, so it is. And think of a contact. What would a contact be?
I'm thinking contact information. So contact. Again,
you're on the right path.
Well, that's their terminology of it. Microsoft's anyway, contact. I don't want to get to like Salesforce or anything that's like different, but yeah.
So what do you what's the purpose of remember I got over this last week about contacts. So can you add that to a group? Remember we went over this last week?
Oh, you're asking me? Oh, yeah, of course.
But what does a contact do? Remember we went over this?
Yes, a contact is the example we used was when a person leaves the company, but is still in some ways maybe working with the company, maybe in certain ways they're still working with the company, or maybe they want to, maybe someone left the company and they came back, right? So they can go to the contact and switch them over from a contact back into a user. So that would be a contact, in my understanding, in Active Directory.
Mm-hmm.
So I would keep it even simpler. What you said before to him about it's a contact information, right? It's all it really is. It's not an actual user you can log in with. It's just contact information for a certain person. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna ask both of you one more question, then I'll turn it back to Kevin. I'll let Kevin ask questions. How do you give someone access to a calendar on Office 365? And this is for James.
Ooh, man. How to give someone access to a calendar? I am stumped.
You stuck?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm stuck.
Right.
I can't answer. I've never done it. I can't really answer off back, but I probably would do better if I had like a computer in front of me.
Oh yeah, in this job interview, you won't have a computer in front of you. Sometimes you have to know it by heart.
I want to share a calendar. So I know how to share mailboxes.
Yep.
So maybe there's an option there for calendars as well. I don't think I've seen a calendar option. Would it be a specific user's calendar, or would it be like just a calendar user?
No, like if like say for me, my name's Kevin, right? I have an Outlook account, right? I want to share my calendar with someone. How would you do that if you're doing help desk for that person? How would you set it up so that the other person could see my calendar? What would you do? And we get calls on this every day, by the way. So if you do help desk or IT support, you deal with admin assistants. Like, oh, I want you to give me access to the manager's calendar, and I want to see I want to see what his meetings are for Monday morning. Can you give me access to his calendar or her calendar? How would you do that?
I'm not really familiar with I know maybe from a user's aspect, I would share my calendar from within my calendar. I would probably should be an option there somewhere to share with.
Okay, so how would you do that?
Other recipients. I can't really say exactly the exact process. I know it pertained to me opening my own calendar, and there would have to be some type of menu, some type of either, if I'm on a desktop computer, I think desktop versus mobile, with a desktop, there would have to be some type of menu, maybe the top left, usually somewhere, and I could maybe go to some type of action or sharing or some type of option like that, similar to something like that. I'm not really familiar enough with the UI to explain exactly the exact steps of sharing.
Would it be kind of similar to like giving permission through the calendar?
Yes.
Like you're giving someone permission to like, hey,
Yes.
all right, well, I'm gonna give you permission to access my calendar. Would it be similar that way?
Yes, it would be similar that way. Yeah. So you would go to you had two ways actually. You will go into your calendar. You click on the calendar tab. You look at your calendar. The name's going to be your email address or your calendar. You right click on it. You hit properties and you hit permissions and you hit sharing. And then you add the person there. And you can make them an editor. You can make them whatever you want. Read only. Do whatever you want. So that's actually that's really common in IT. Like you give someone access to a calendar. That's not like, you see that a lot in IT, by the way. So,
Gotcha.
How would you? I ask you one last question. Let's see if any of you guys can answer it. How do you enable cache mode on Outlook 365?
Cache mode.
Cache mode. Haha. I'm not really familiar with that term. Can you like go a little bit in depth in that term?
So with caching, how I'm thinking at caching, you're caching information, so it's already readily available. Is that where you're going with?
No, how do you
Is
enable?
he tendering cash? Is he tendering cash?
No,
I mean,
how
that
do you-
that is what caching is.
That's what
Just-
caching is, yeah.
How do you enable it?
How do you enable that on Outlook?
Don't know.
Right?
Oh, I would need that. I would need that computer. I would have to bring my Chromebook or something, you know? Oh.
Kevin, can you check your Discord messages? I sent you the stuff.
Yep, I see it.
Cache mode.
Never heard of that?
No, I have not.
No.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The convenience of cache mode.
What do you think cache mode does in Outlook?
I mean, if you guys are talking about the regular caching, then it would give us, it will render information faster. It will render maybe certain emails faster, or maybe certain.
And how would it do that?
And it was stored in a, let's see, caching. So it would be volatile. It would be a temporary, like some type of temporary storage area.
I mean, you're on the right path.
Yeah. Let's see if I can.
It stores it. Once it downloads the data when you open it.
Why would you? Why? What's the point of cache mode? What does it do anyway? Remember you answered it before. What does it do? What's the point of it?
Well, like I said, no, cache makes information, if you're going to like a same site or something like that, in a web browser aspect, it can cache it, and that when you go back to that site, certain aspects of the site or maybe the whole site in general will be cached. So if there's no updates on the site itself, then it will pull that website up a lot faster, that resource a lot faster.
Instead of having to reach out to the web server, it'll just go to the cache. You grab it from there instead of reaching out all the way out.
Correct. Just like
Exactly.
Okay. That's
So that's a good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really it.
Kevin, you have any questions?
Yeah, I do. So I give you a computer, and it says operating system is not found. That's all it says. It just says on corner operating system wasn't found, something like that. But the OS is installed. It's all good. The OS is in perfect condition, but it just says operating system isn't found. How do you go about fixing that? Or where would you even start to go about troubleshooting that type of problem?
James, you want to take this first, or?
Yeah. How I go about it is, are you booting from the right drive? I would check the BIOS to see if it's booting from the right drive or the right area.
Anything else?
I would also maybe try to, then you're going to ask me how, but I would definitely try to maybe repair the master boot record. I know sometimes that can be, or it could be an issue with that, because I mean, if it's reading the drive and the OS is installed, then it would have to be the master boot record, I believe, because anything other than that, then it would maybe say something else and not boot up at all.
Oh, what about UEFI?
UEFI, so if it's would that do that? If you go into the settings and change from UEFI, or are you changing to UEFI?
Like it's already UEFI. Let's say the computer was UEFI, so you're just now the master boot record. What else could you redo?
UEFI, BIOS all my life. Okay, UEFI. Hey, UEFI, I swear that's the GPT, right? So I can't really exactly answer that. Another tool I would use for the UEFI, unless there's like a auto, what is it? Auto, is it boot? Auto repair? Is there like an option in UEFI where it says your computer to start? We're going to attempt to automatically correct issues. Or is that not the tool you're referring to?
Like I couldn't really hear what that.
Oh, the auto. Oh, I know it. I know sometimes the computer will be like, "Oh, we detected a failed boot," and they'll try to go like automatic diagnostics. That's not the tool you're referring to in UEFI when it fails.
Well, you can't get there because it says missing OS.
You can get obviously into the UEFI settings, system settings as they call it. So I will have to go into system settings, or I can't get to advanced startup options either. Is that F8?
There's no. It says it just says the boot's missing operating system. You never see the Windows logo, but the OS is fine.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that the OS is fine, but you just see missing operating system.
Oh, I will have to go into the system settings.
Wow.
If I can't get into anything else, well, I would cut the computer off and then cut it back on and spam that escape button. Well, usually it's escape. Sometimes it's F1.
Are you talking about the BIOS?
Well, just system settings in general. I mean, I want to say BIOS, but if it's UEFI, I don't want to say UEFI. But I mean,
no.
But yeah, BIOS settings.
But how are you gonna? That's the answer that James gave as well. I believe. But for the other thing that you were talking about, the repair, to repair the actual Windows system, how would you? Let's say that those settings are fine. How would you get into the Windows system so that you can make that repair?
If the computer has, they should have some type of environment. What's it? Windows recovery environment. And I should be able to access the Windows recovery environment and try to do maybe a hard drive scan, check disk, or something like that. I would start with that. That would be the only thing I could revert to is the recovery environment.
All right. So, do you have any ideas, James, of what I'm trying to ask? So you could just get a live Windows ISO, boot into it, and mount the system, and then do your repairs right there from the Windows live USB.
Would I use the CMD from that live CD?
Yeah, just from the installation ISO. There should be an option to say to repair the Windows, and that'll let you access all the options, the command prompt, so you can rebuild the BCD, for example, stuff like that, the MBR, and then you can make your repairs.
There's a lot of times in some of these environments, you need to have a flash drive with you, and you have to build an operating system using a flash drive where Windows 10 no longer is valid, or it's not working.
And I just got into the habit of like keeping like 3 flash drives. I got 10, 7, and Mac OS on those 3. And I just got in the habit. Like some told me like, hey, you might just need to just have just an operating system just on hand versus CDs.
Yeah, that's absolutely crucial. You have to know how to do that because it's just if you're gonna counter systems like that, they just won't boot. It's just a missing operating system. And you're like, the operating system's there. It's not like it's got erased. It's just you can't access it because it's broken. Maybe the MBR is missing. Your file got messed up. Something happened, and that's you have to boot in through the installation disk and do the repairs, run some commands, rebuild the BCD, rebuild the MBR, do whatever you need to do to fix it.
I gotcha. Have that ready just in case something like that happens. Gotcha. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, guys. We encounter this every day at work. At least I've been for the last couple months. I'm going to re-image a machine, and I use a flash drive to boot off of it. I don't use Pixie because they don't have Pixie initiated yet. So I put in the flash drive. I tap the F12 key. I get into my boot options and I boot off the flash drive, and all of a sudden it starts, and then it just a screen pops up and says, "You cannot boot off this flash drive because." Now I got to figure out why my flash drive did not boot up. I'm trying to re-image this machine, I'm like, what? And then they say go inside the actual BIOS. I'm like, all right. So I go inside there. Now you have to disable something because something in there says that you are booting off this flash drive and it's acting as another operating system that's trying to load. What would I need to turn off inside the BIOS or UEFI? Disable it, restart it, tap the F12 key, go back down to my little flash drive, boom, and then voila, the steps will, I can actually boot off that flash drive and then continue with the installation of my operating system.
That's a very interesting one. I know you have to enable, if it's UEFI, you have to enable legacy mode. What would I disable?
Yeah, there's something in there. There's an option which I always just turn off, and then I can define that. It's called it's 2 words, and then they call it in there. It's something that says, because that's something that was built into UEFI, I believe, saying that hey, another operating system is trying to load here. Well, I'm going to stop you right there. All right, turn me off, and then it's also for like viruses and stuff like that. Like if any kind of malware gets on there, that's kind of like another thing that's kind of like built into the BIOS to say, okay, you can't not install. So you have to turn it off to get by it. Like what would be that? And then I encounter this a lot, but you have to know a quick way on how to go in there and turn it off and then continue on with your installation. Or
okay, quick question: is this mainly in a enterprise environment, or is this on any consumer computer when you buy one?
I would say I've seen it a lot in enterprise, not so much at home. I mean, you could have it at home, but mainly in the enterprise environment. So in other words, I'm sticking that.
It would have to be some
drive
type
in
of security.
Yeah, I was on the security part in BIOS. So I haven't heard that before, Stephen. But my best shot at it, I think, with Fred, it's in the security tab or within the BIOS, but I'm unsure of that two. Term. Yeah. That's the only thing I think of is security. It's somewhere in that security.
You got the first word right. So it's called secure
boot. Yeah, disable secure boot. Jeez, man.
That's it.
Oh, it is on any computer. But yeah.
There you go.
All you do is you go in there, you can disable that, and it will let you go ahead and load up the operating system.
And I guess that would,
it does, because the things that you're loading up in another operating system, it says, no, you cannot do that. So it thinks it's like a foreign thing coming into the system. So once you turn that off, then you can actually load it. So, and then it seems like some of the machines I've been doing have it on and some don't. And I get this little gray screen with like a red on it, and it says, okay, you need to go inside the BIOS. So you hit escape, you go inside the BIOS, you turn it on, you control delete, you reboot, or whatever, F10, and then you just go about it, and then you can just go right into it.
Those are definitely more newer systems, right? That are.
Yeah, I think secure boot. I think it is.
Oh, it's something else.
Right? I think. Yeah.
It's a UEFI. It's mostly a UEFI thing. But realistically, mostly you want to disable it if you're going to install any kind of OS, and then you can re-enable it afterwards, or it'll enable itself. I think Windows enables it by default on its own.
I think so. I think it does enable it. Yeah.
But on a note, when you guys were talking about earlier system settings, Frederick. You can call it a BIOS, even if it's UEFI. You can call it BIOS because UEFI BIOS. Even though it's technically not, it is. We just call it BIOS. You don't have to.
Okay, yeah, I do too. I like BIOS settings, so everyone knows what that is.
Yeah, because it's just like it's technically it's not correct, but we just call it that, and it's just easier. We don't want to get confused. We don't want to confuse our other.
That's our backstage, right? Backstage for what's that? Word and everything.
Yeah, exactly. we just call everything BIOS, and then we specify EFI BIOS or something like that.
So Kevin and Steven, I was actually surprised because I was doing a lot of this, especially the Pixel one when I first started, and I used to have this habit of going to check to see that it was enabled, thinking I was supposed to enable it, and I kept seeing that it enables itself. So I was like, oh, I guess that's the way it's set up to be.
Yes. Yeah, it's something strange. I mean, like I said, I've been seeing that a lot lately. With a lot of, like I tell you, I have like T470 laptops, T480 laptops. I put them up, and then I'm like, what the heck? Oh, that's right. I gotta have to take out the actual secure boot to actually get it to boot. And once that happens, then it just goes on its merry way, and I can continue with the whole entire.
So what is the effect of that on Pixie boot? Would that not matter if you're Pixie?
It's the same thing, I believe. You need to go in there and you need to turn it up, because when I was over at the hospital, we did a lot of them, and we did it over Pixie. And we had to go in there. We had to disable it. They made us go in there and put it like on CSM, and disable secure boot. And they made us do a couple of other settings just to make sure that it would actually load up the operating system. But basically, we need to unsecure it to load it. Then once it's done, it can be.
You gotta go back.
Yeah, you gotta change the settings in the BIOS. If you're doing Pixie boot, you have to always go to, because it's a brand new laptop, and you have to go straight to the BIOS and change that every single time if you're booting with Pixie boot. Just it's not set up that way.
You're still booting an image.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might not be from a flash drive, but you're still booting an image. And the whole point of secure boot is that you're booting something that's secure. So even though it's over the network, you're still booting it, you know?
Yep.
I was going to ask, in any type of system rollout situation or scenario, is it common? Like, of course, you wouldn't just, plug up the keyboard, everything, and take it down to the office or whatever. Is it common to have like a standard set of BIOS changes in any type of system rollout environment? Or would they be like, oh, just plug it up and then just put it on the network and Pixie boot it? Like, would there be always usually some type of pre-configuration?
Normally, it would be either there's some kind of documentation or something like that, or in our scenario, we get them already set up, from the supplier. They do all that for us, and they set everything up. So it just depends on the company.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, one more thing too, guys, with going out of cache exchange mode, when you create an account off of 365, it's by default you are in cache exchange mode.
Okay.
I think I read that is a default option. You have to uncheck that to basically be connected up to the exchange server all the time, instead of going out there and reaching out and saying anything new coming down and stuff like that. So I think by default Microsoft has that already checked. You use cache exchange mode. It just takes less pressure off you going up to the exchange server all the time and contacting it and stuff like that. So.
Okay.
All right, who's next? Haifa, we got Aaron.
You guys want to ask any questions, or I'll keep going?
You can go ahead. I mean, I thought of one, but it's really simple, so I don't know if I want to ask it.
Hey, those are the best ones,
As long as it's something new.
I'll throw you guys. Actually, I'll ask Kevtech and Diaz to come up with questions about VPN.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Okay, that was actually my question. So James and Frederick, you both can answer this. What are 3 reasons why a user cannot connect to VPN? Give me 3 reasons why a user cannot log in and connect to VPN on their laptop at home.
Invalid username, password, invalid login credentials.
The login hours could be past login hours.
Login hours.
Yeah. So say, for example, if you were in Active Directory and you go into permissions for a user, and you can you go into the account tab and you see the login hours. I mean, that's what I was looking at. That's my guess. Like if someone was logging in or past a certain time, maybe that wouldn't work.
Oh, that works for VPN as well, guys?
That's just a thought.
Would that carry over to your VPN client if you already have login hours set for the system? It should then, right? Because it's still got access.
It's not set up that way though in a job environment. So give me a reason why you wouldn't be able to log in on VPN for someone that's trying to log in at home.
Could do it. So we're thinking of ways to produce this error. So definitely invalid login credentials. I would say after that, maybe there's invalid VPN settings.
Okay.
Maybe maybe the addressing is wrong on the VPN settings. Or don't your IP address need to be something for VPN connection? Or is it depending on the VPN client, I guess? I thought I read somewhere that you had to some business hey, give you this IP address or something to use on your computer. Or
what do you mean by that?
I'm trying to remember the material. Yeah, they'll give you an IP, when you out of office, and they'll say give your computer, because maybe their VPN only accepts certain IP addresses or certain clients to connect.
Mhm.
So they might say, hey, set your computer at this IP address or subnet, or I'm not sure how it goes, but subnet,
Mhm.
and then connect to our VPN, and it will allow you access. So they probably couldn't connect to it through their regular home given private IP. They might have to get a business assigned IP. I'm thinking of that. That could maybe cause you not to be able to log in. So where we at? We're at login credentials, and we're at invalid IP settings.
Mhm.
Would the Radius server have to be included with this as well? Like if it's down to authenticate, or am I totally
the
off from that?
endpoint isn't the endpoint doesn't have like have an endpoint. If it, yeah, I think so, James.
Yeah,
The
that's
endpoint is down.
yeah.
Why would be a reason a user connects to VPN and it would say this the DNS resolution has failed, and they click connect and it keeps doing that? What's the issue? So someone connects to VPN and it says the DNS resolution has failed. Have you ever seen that message before?
Sound like something maybe something like maybe something
DNS
can't be resolved.
DNS resolution has failed. Why would you get that message on a VPN? There's a common issue, by the way.
DNS.
If you're working from home,
dealing with the DNS server.
I'm not making this up. It's actually a common issue that you have on while working from home with some people. It says DNS resolution has failed. Please try again later. Click on it again. It looks like it's going to connect. It says DNS resolution has failed. Try again later. On VPN.
So I think it's a DNS. Obviously, it's a DNS problem. So either the DNS, I think either on the business side, on the enterprise side, maybe their DNS server is down. I'm just taking hits at this, or there's something wrong with your personal DNS settings on your computer, or is it like back in VPN?
Yeah, DNS resolution has failed. Please try again later. That's the message you get when you try to connect to VPN. What do you think? What do you think the issue is?
That's a hard one, Kev.
No, it's a simple question.
Well,
It's not hard.
There's a few reasons why you'll get that, by the way. That's not just one
Oh,
reason.
I know I didn't, but yeah.
I don't need to like flush the DNS or anything like that, do I? That's not necessary.
Yeah, so DNS resolution has failed. Please try again later. That's the message you get when you log into VPN. So what's going on with the computer? Why are they getting that message?
Could it be because maybe because of firewall settings? No.
Would it be adapter settings on my computer?
Yes.
That I'm connecting from?
Yes.
So it's got to be.
What do you think is going on? Why does it keep doing that? DNS
I would have to
resolution
look at the DNS server on my computer, or I have to look at the subnet mask. But subnet mask is to do with the IP address. So
there's a few ways to fix that, by the way. There's different ways to fix that. So what do you think is going on? Have you guys ever heard of that before? Like, hey, have you ever heard that DNS resolution has failed? Try again later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real.
Didn't we talk about this last night?
Yeah, it's a real issue.
Yeah, I get that a lot as well. A ton.
Or umbrella profile has failed. Sorry, Femi.
Yep.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's I think I'll say 4 to 5% of the times that I've been able to fix some of it. Because sometimes, again, like you said, it could be a whole lot of things that you'd have to try. It's got something to do with corruption of the any connect itself. Sometimes.
I don't have anything other than changing the DNS settings or the adapter settings. That'll be the only thing pertaining to DNS.
What do you think is going on? DNS resolution has failed. Please try again later.
Something's not pointing to the correct DNS server, I think.
So what would be your initial thought? Like, what would you do to troubleshoot that?
I would check my DNS settings. I would go into command prompt and do ipconfig all, and I always do all, and see what's on my DNS server address and see if that matches up with what it's supposed to be, because I should know because it's my computer.
What else would you do?
I would go into, I guess, if there's some type of independent VPN settings, standalone settings or something, I would go into VPN settings, and I'm not sure. I never configured, though. I'm not sure if you would put a DNS address on VPN setting, but if so, I would verify that address if that's a thing. Yeah, shut it down and restart the application and see if I can.
Yeah, you could do that. That works. You could restart it.
Connect.
So have you ever encountered that before or no? Probably you
No.
haven't, right? 'Cause you guys haven't worked with VPN yet. But
I have.
so that happens when your profile is corrupted on the certificate level of so you have to go into MMC and actually remove and reinstall the certificate on Cisco AnyConnect. That also happens when your Wi-Fi in the house don't work. It's a simple issue like that. Your Wi-Fi, you get a can't connect to DNS or whatever. Is your Wi-Fi? The Wi-Fi is not working in the house. Then the other issue we get is you could restart the computer. Then the other issue is you could release and renew the IP address. That might fix it. And then the other issue would be that they're having issues on the Cisco AnyConnect side. So then you have to actually talk to your network admin and figure out what the hell's going on, why I can't connect to this. So you get like DNS fail. Then the other way to fix that also, which you're not supposed to do, but sometimes you have to do that, is you might have to talk to a network admin and they may have to give you the IP address of that VPN and you have to manually put it in as a static on your actual laptop. And then you could connect to that VPN after that. So it's like that's the issues you'll get when you get that DNS message, is because of that. All those issues all those things I just explained. It could be a corrupted account too. So if someone's account is corrupted, they cannot log in and do anything.
Kevtech, so it also seems as well from my what I've noticed that sometimes it's also from the network admins sometimes have to do some troubleshooting at their end, because it could be global as well, because it's happened to in my environment as well.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why that will happen, but to answer your question, that's the reason you see all those weird things. I'll ask another question actually. Let's see. How would you enable microphone on Windows 10?
By connecting it through USB or Bluetooth?
Nope. No, it's a setting. How do you enable microphone on Windows 10?
You're muted, Fred.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say enable or disable to kind of like make it a little easier, I guess. But
what do you mean enable, disable? What does that mean?
Because if you can enable it, you can disable it as well.
Where?
But yeah, so I would just I would go to the search bar at the bottom left and then put in settings or system settings and open up the settings application. Well, actually, I would probably just type in device manager. I would go to device manager. In the search bar, type in device manager.
How would you allow it though on Windows 10? Because sometimes by default it's blocked on Windows 10. How would you allow it?
Like for certain apps, it's blocked.
Yeah, I don't know if you know that. There's certain apps that it blocks it. So how do you allow it on Windows 10? It's not going to be in there. It's not going to be in sound settings. It's not that. How do you do it?
I will have to.
That knocks out my head.
Ooh, that's a good one. Come on now.
So Windows 10 this is like Windows 10
it's
specific.
Windows 10 specific. If you know Windows 10, you should know how to do this.
To unblock it.
Yep.
And it's not in sound settings.
It's not in sound settings.
Is it the settings of the specific application? No, it would have to be. Wait. Let me go to control panel. All right, that's the only other thing.
You guys gotta know Windows 10. I'm gonna ask you questions on Windows 10, and you gotta know Windows 10. And this is a call I get every single day. My mic's not working, Kevin. I don't know why it's not working. I'm trying to get into this meeting right now, and my mic doesn't work. Why does it not work? What's going on with my microphone?
It's not being allowed. I would have to go. Is it app specific? Well, you said Windows 10, so no. It's right here at the bottom right, isn't it? Or is it because I'm already using it?
You're already using it.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
it's a Windows 10 thing.
Look a little deeper.
You're looking at muting and unmuting. He's talking about
Well, I'm
enabling and disabling. They're different things.
I know, like with
No,
mine,
he's
like
talking
my
about
laptop, right?
permissions.
Let me give you an example.
So
I'm on. Now, I just want to give you an example. So if I have Zoom, I can say, do not allow me to use Zoom. I use my microphone with Zoom, for example. Where can I find that option?
And this is a common call you get every day in IT Windows world with Zoom and everything. It's a common thing. It's not like it's just something that happens, unfortunately, every time.
Oh, here it goes. Here, it's microphone privacy settings. So I would go to. I can still go to settings. I would go to settings, and on the left end where it says like location, enable my camera, I can just click on microphone, and it says allow apps to access your microphone, and then choose which apps can access, and it asks you to choose which desktop apps can access as well. So it is within the setting. And I will go to microphone, and that's the options it's giving me.
Yeah, it's there. That's the answer.
Right,
yeah.
that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You have to go in there and allow it. Sometimes by
Yeah.
default, it's disabled in that section.
Oh, wow,
It's an IT issue. So
I know it was in
All right.
settings, but I was like, where is that? Okay, microphone.
hey, Danish,
What's up, Donish?
Hey, Ivan.
Oh,
how you feeling, man?
Hey,
You all right?
Feeling good. I get some rest done, man. You guys are giving them such easy things, and so I had to get my thing. I need to give them something hard.
Like,
man.
I'm not doing this. This is some what stuff.
Are you guys ready for something a little bit different?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go.
I'll let you share that.
Look at James.
I'll let you
James like, oh.
share your screen over
All
here.
right, I'm gonna share my
This
screen
was all
with you guys.
real.
I'm gonna share my screen, and
Yes. No, but that is privacy settings. So
Okay, yeah.
That is for microphone. That is for camera and a few other things you could do. That's a Windows 10 thing. So
Speech recognition.
all right, let me know if you guys can see my screen.
you see, yep.
Yep.
Can you guys see?
Yep.
All right, so who's on this hot seat?
So
Is
this
it
is
Fred?
this is a team up with James and Frederick.
All right, cool. So, one of the basics interview question is that when somebody asks you, how do you SSH into something? What is the port that we use to SSH into something?
SSH. Is that 21?
What's that?
Is that 21? Is that wrong? 21.
Help each other out.
Help each other out.
No, this is good. This is a level 1 help desk question.
SSH.
22.
looking for the port number?
Yes, what's the port number? Like if I say this is the router in front of, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a router, okay? And you are helping a network admin. And they basically get into your machine. It's like, okay, guy, can you open, we need to get into your router, right? Because now you are working with some kind of MSP environment, right? And they ask you, hey, we need to get into your router. So how do you, Steven, are you taking a picture? Okay, there you go, just kidding. So this is the router in front of you right now, which is connection 3. How do you SSH into it? So practically, first of all, answer me, what is the port that you need to use to get into this router?
Port number used for SSH is TCP 22.
22, okay, good. So now here's the thing. Let me ask you something. Working with somebody practical, if I want to take a practical test now you already gave me the port number, so I check you know what? I think he knows what he's talking about. Now there's a router in front of you. From this machine, how do you SSH into that router?
My best shot at it would be you would have to open up command prompt, and then you would use from command prompt. My best shot again from command prompt. You had the SSH in not only with the port number, but you had to use the login credential.
And how would you do that from the command prompt?
You would go to well, I know you use ipconfig all, right? Are we using that to the default gateway? Are we?
All right, here's the thing. This is external router. You guys need to get
Oh.
into this router from your machine because a network engineer is waiting on you guys right now, and he needs to at least he already know at least that you know the basics of getting him connected. So what if you guys don't know, then you're gonna need to tell me something, and then I'm gonna respond back to you guys. So you'll say, oh man, I don't know how to connect to. Then I'm gonna respond back. But right now I'm waiting on you guys. I'm like blah, 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 blah. I'm just like doing my work. Like these guys are level 1. They need to know how to at least get me connected.
I'm not familiar exactly, but I know you would use as far as like syntax, like the MAC address or the IP address of that device, followed by the colon and the port number that you're using, and then I think to target.
Let's see who can help you in the chat. Watch chat.
All right, yeah, someone can help him.
Look in the bottom one. The person is saying need something to log in. So would you want to use that?
Well,
I'm totally not even on you.
Okay, so you guys got stuck, right? As a level 1, you're sitting there, and an engineer is like, man, okay, you guys don't know. Okay, you know what? I think because every Cisco person, they are the network engineers, they're gonna go for something like PuTTY, right? These are the known applications that if you talk about it, then it tells me what? As a network engineer, it tells me what? Okay, guys, these at least I don't need to tell, you know what, let's go to internet right now. We need to download PuTTY. So we downloaded it. Now, we downloaded it. How would you find that in that application now?
You just search for it.
Okay, we're gonna search for it. You say search for it, and I just go, okay. Did I find it?
Yes. Now let's.
Okay, so open it. So what do I do right here?
All right, here we go. All right, got the host name. So you got to know the IP address or the host name of the device.
So what is that? What's in front of you?
IP address. Host name. Let's see.
You already know the port. Your port is given to you. What else should you do now?
So you would input the host name, right, which is right there, connection.
Okay,
3.
so you're gonna do connection 3 here, and you're going to do just connect, right? Open.
This is 8. Yeah.
Okay, network connection refused.
Network connection refused.
All right, let's go back now.
Okay.
And let's open it again. Okay, what do I do now? I type in connection. I just want to make sure I typed everything correctly.
That's the host name.
Refused. So then what would you do then?
Don't we need the login info then? Are we missing that?
Are you getting to the login right now?
Is there a setting? Shouldn't there be another setting for login?
If it's not working on host, then what should you do next?
If it's not working on the host.
The host name isn't resolving.
Okay, so we need to make sure that it is on the network.
Look, that is the issue. This may not be even a real router. My thing is not to fix this issue right now. My thing is for you as a help desk to kind of like know some basics right here. If one is not working, what's the other thing? That's what I want to know. If one thing is not working, then what else are you going to try? Because right now you say that connection 3 is not working. So what else should I do?
I could try to connect to a different host name.
What would the host name is one name. You can't just change the router name, right?
Yeah, go back, take a step back and go back to basics. What would you do?
I would make sure that that's the correct host name.
Okay, so we typed it twice now. So we're like, okay, it's not working with the host name. Could be one reason or another reason. Forget about this issue right now. We're not trying to fix this issue because it's not a real router, right? Yeah. So what I want to know is that if one thing is not working, What is the second thing as the level one? What should you know about host names and things like that? If one thing is that, if you go to a website and it's, let's say you ping jobskillshare.org and it's not responding, what else can you do?
If JobSkillShare isn't responding, I would do a trace back to make sure that.
You see, so you're taking it too advanced right now. Keep it very simple. Look at the screen and focus on the screen for at least 30 seconds, and then let me know. If one thing is not working, what's the second thing? I want you to focus on this screen, just the right side of the screen, for 30 seconds. If one thing is not working, then what's the second thing?
Use the IP address.
Use the IP address. There you go. You see, so I am not interested in you fixing this issue because that's not your problem, right? That's like router being not working or you getting it in. That could be so many different things. That's a network engineer. Let him resolve that. But at least you can say, oh, I tried IP, I tried host, and then you went back into the data center or the server room and you're like, yeah, the switch is working. Then he's going to ask you, okay, you know what, nothing is working. Can we just do a serial connection to it? Let's just do a physical connection to it, right? So you're going to get that help. But at least, look, you didn't get stuck in the extreme basics right here, right? So that you may get away when you're actually performing this when you already got the job, but you may not get away if it's an interview.
All right.
This would have been a fail for me, right? Because that's extreme basics right here. Host didn't work. Host name didn't work. You didn't try an IP address. If IP is not working, you should try host. So you got to know these things, right? This is extreme basic. Okay.
Host and destination.
All right, cool. So now let me give you guys another thing. This is our FTP address.
21. Oh, I thought.
Okay, 21. Got it. How would you how would you connect to that FTP server?
All right. We would have to know.
I already gave the server address, FTP. Look, when somebody say, hey, okay, guys, we need to pull a very big file from another company. Another company sent you a help desk. We have a FTP server, and this is the username, and this is the password. So I already give you the username, which is intern, and the password is password. So now, you as a level one, what should you know?
Don't we open the Internet Explorer on this?
Somebody says telnet. You don't do telnet with FTP. That's a different. We're talking about different things.
I think we're going to access it through the Internet Explorer.
No, let's say that's not going to work.
It's FTP. So what? How do you get access?
You can do that, but let's say that's disabled. Like you can't just go to Explorer and do that. I disable that. You need to know another basic thing in this area.
Can we use PuTTY for FTP?
No.
No,
You got James over there. James, help him.
Kevin.
So from this first example, you guys need to know at least how to do SSH by using different clients. PuTTY is just one major example. So when you talk about PuTTY, that tells me that you know about something a little bit more than A+ level, right? Just theory, or how do you add a person in Active Directory? You know a little bit more now. Okay, so you guys should really work on that area. Now, I want you guys to focus on this because FTP is a very common ticket. Hey, we got a vendor. They need to upload a file. This is the username. Hey, James, they give me this information. They will give it to actually a user because they're dealing with the users, right? So there you go. You get some help from the chat because somebody's giving you now another information.
Just want to run it back with you. So we have a user that's trying to go into or get connected to FTP with the credentials that we have right now.
Yes, and now you need to know, just like PuTTY, you need to know something about FTP.
Okay. My best shot at this would have to be, well, with that user that's trying to connect to the FTP, we would have to go.
The answer is in chat, by the way. Someone's trying to help you in chat.
It's saying network drives. Network.
So for SSH,
Right.
we used some kind of tool.
Yes.
Buddy, for FTP, what should we use?
I know they got Microsoft got like a LTP.
Jesse, you don't do these kind of things from command line. Even if you know how to
I
do
would
it,
need.
that's like not a help desk way of doing this. When somebody's taking an interview from you, they want to know, do you know anything about clients or something like that, right? So here, people are giving you some example: WinSCP, FileZilla, Qt FTP. There are many FTPs. So in the interview, you just need to give these names, because we do this work on daily basis. We work on these clients. Whether they accept that as a secure answer or not, that's not your fault. That's not your worry there, right? But you have given them something that they know that you're an IT pro, because as a level 1, that you know these things. Because in every company, when we do connection to FTP servers, we need to use some kind of client, right? We don't use command lines. We don't do none of that stuff. Why? Because that's not our skill set as a level 1, right? So you would then download FTP client for this user. Let's say you downloaded it and boom, you just need to download. You need to run it, right? So I go ahead. I basically went in there. Boom. I just get this message now. Oh, it's blocked. Now how would you fix it? Because now this is Helpdesk. You downloaded it for this person. It's a client and it's doing something. And what is it asking us?
Need permission to access that file.
All right. This is Windows 10 stuff right now. How would you guys fix this?
Yep.
It says you don't have permission. So.
Okay, so if you don't have a permission, I double clicked on it. How would you run this with permissions now?
I would right click on it.
Okay.
And I would run as administrator.
Okay.
If I'm the Helpdesk.
If it didn't prompt you for username and password, you were already an admin, right? So I'm gonna run
correct.
Yes, and now again I got blocked.
So now I have to go into permissions and change permissions. So I need to click OK, and I need to right click it again and go into properties. That's a permissioning error. Security tab. I see you hiding up there. All right. So
everybody who's putting in the chat run as an administrator, that failed, right?
Oh yeah.
So you're an intern right now. You have full access to this application. There's nothing denying it.
Let's click OK, and let's try to run it again real quick. Let me see that. I can't access it.
Yeah, so what's going on with it? Saying access, you can't do anything.
Downloads, users, interns, downloads, files or sponsors.
We always get this problem out of the way, and IT helped us. There's a common issue, by the way. So what would you do?
Appropriate permissions, but it's had me on security settings as having full control.
All right, so as a tech, what would you do? You got one error. You double click on it. What else is happening in there?
Wait a minute. Click OK.
Where?
Click OK in that. No, because this is the downloads. This is my downloads. Can we right click it? Well, let's go to this PC. I don't know. I would have to track down that URL and pull it up, because do I not have access to that file or not have access to the download?
You already downloaded the file.
Look at the screen and look what happens when he clicks on it. What happens? What do you see now?
Oh yeah, so it got the firewall, the security settings. It's blocking it for malware. Looks like suspected malware. So I need to allow it through the firewall. Is that what I use? Is that what I use? I would have to go to that notifications. Go down to the they call that actions. They don't call it actions. No, to the far right. Oh well, yeah, the shield icon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's doing that. Let's do because firewall is off. So let's go to threats, virus, and threat protection.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I've
It
been
says set.
browsing.
It says set up a OneDrive. What does that have to do with that?
Oh no! Click on the far left. Click on the little shield icon on the far left. The menu. The menu, man. The icon.
Which one? This?
Yeah,
this one?
yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Are you sure?
All right. Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. FileZilla. Here we go. Right there. Click on FileZilla. What are you doing?
Oh, there. Okay.
Time,
So,
just one click.
Uh-huh.
And let's do allow on device. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Scroll down some. Okay. That's looking good. Click out of that. Just anywhere outside of that. All right. And let's try to run that again. As administrator, if possible, please.
Still popping up. What's going on?
Windows Defender. I got to turn off Windows Defender.
Oh, yeah. Turn off the whole thing? No, that's not right.
I need to allow it then.
You can turn off if let's say if we are getting an attack settings on, we cannot just turn off the whole security, right?
I'm so used to loud. Okay. All right. So I need to go back to the Windows Defender and I said allow on machine. Allow on machine. Let's go back to the Defender section from the far left menu under the home icon. Jig. So, okay. I didn't do allow on device again, and then scroll down a little bit. Start actions. Click on start actions.
Where is that?
You're scrolling too fast, man. What kind of scroll settings you got? All right, let's do start actions. All right, that's like 1,000 lines. All right, so
okay. You want to try now?
Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that again, please, as an administrator, because I am the admin. Aha, we're in.
Okay. All right, you fix the issue. Fix the issue, one issue, right? So now we need to.
What was that? Was that a browser? It said browser extension or something. Okay.
No. Well,
let's finish this. So
install.
You install. Oh, I'm gonna decline this. So you install the client.
Right.
Now again, I gave you the information to connect to the FTP. Good job on that. At least you fixed this issue. The user's like, okay, we're rolling in. So now how do you connect to FTP now?
All right, and the host name.
So with the user, right up top.
Okay, we're gonna put the host name here, and the username is in turn. This is gonna be given to you, right? You're not gonna just guesswork this. What port?
21.
21. Don't save password. Not connecting. Can you fix this issue?
Connected to this. Connected to the server.
Can we put the IP in place of the host? And instead of the host name? Is that a?
Yeah, we can look. That's a good try, right? You want to try something different now, right? 192. 168. I like that. Like you were in an interview right now. You're in an interview. Okay. Can we put the IP? Yeah, fine. Let's do that. Right. The IP is also not working.
But, all right, you didn't put the port number, man. I mean, I see a port and it's like blank.
By default, it's gonna go and find that.
Oh.
But you want to try that? Yes, sure. Why not?
Let's stop clicking Quick Connect. Can we click the little arrow beside Quick Connect? What is like the options there? Is that like a?
Let's just save in, clear history, and stuff like that.
Not connected.
Connect to the server.
Refused by server.
Okay, there you go.
It's refused by the server.
Can you fix this issue now?
So I will have to open that port on the server, on the file server.
You will do that?
And open that port. No.
Do
I don't think I would do that. Network administrator.
So that's it. You're just gonna escalate the ticket. At this point, if you do that and you tell me, hey, this is actually getting refused from a server. So I tried an IP, I tried the host name. There's a username and password is also correct. And the person will say, yes, I confirm that. It's correct. Okay, yeah, I think this should go to the server administrator. Okay. Now, of course, this is not that simple. You probably need to also learn how FTP works a little bit more than like going to site manager. So learn about explicit, implicit type of connections. So how can you learn it as a help desk? You should kind of like work on a lab that you can build your own server and then connect your private local machines to that server. So then you're gonna find a lot about implicit, explicit, all that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yes.
And that's a little advanced, but of course you're going to come across issues like this. So that's another thing. So okay, now last one, and then I'm done. All right, we're trying to connect to this machine. We're trying to connect to this web server. First of all, this web server is a website. Like this is a website. Let's say this is a website. Connection 3 is a website. First of all, what port is it running on right now?
It's HTTP.
HTTP is what port?
Is going to be 80.
Good job. Is it secure?
Aha.
Is it secure or not secure?
Of course not.
No.
I mean, no, it's not secure.
Okay. So what's going on with it in here?
So they can't. Can we specify the protocol in the address bar instead of putting in just HTTP? Shouldn't it automatically resolve that though?
Can you specify the protocol? What do you mean by that?
Like, can we put in type in HTTP? Would that make a? I don't think that would make a difference though. It's still pretty much same thing though. Okay. So.
Hold on, let me open a new tab here. I just want to. There you go.
All right. So we can't connect to a site. So I would try pinging. Was that not? I skip a few things there. Make sure there's no proxy settings.
Yeah, so what would you do? If connection 3, so what would you do? Connection 3 is a website. So the first thing is troubleshooting. Tell me some processes.
I would try pinging it, that specific site, to see if I get any replies.
So you're gonna ping it by doing what? How?
Oh, command prompt.
And prompt.
Oh, help him out. Help him out, James. Come on, man. Be quiet. Help him out. Help out for it. You guys are going to work together.
Do
Help
what?
him.
How do I ping this?
Can you ping the host name?
The host name. Good job. So we're gonna do first host name because that's the only information that you know right now so
Yeah,
far, right?
that's what I was thinking.
Is IP responding?
Okay,
Yes.
we got response.
Good job. So
Yeah, 4 packets.
at least we know that we know that the web server, the server is running. The
We
server
also
is
know
running.
the port 80 is open because
So we know the server is running. When this IP responded like that, so I can tell you that let's say this website is just using the IP address of the machine, which is 97. So we know the machine is okay, right?
Yeah.
But in real world, when a web server is running, it can have multiple IP addresses. That doesn't mean
correct.
that a machine itself is running. Because a machine totally is down, of course everything is down, right? So we know that a machine is running. What else is happening right here? Why can't you get to that website?
Now that we know that the server is running, can we ping ourselves to see maybe the computer is on?
Yeah, because we got to reply back, so we should be on.
Ping what?
Ping our own computer.
Let's say that's working because you're on that computer
Okay.
and everything is working. What else?
I would go into the internet options and make sure that site isn't blocked or some type of way.
Okay. Let's do a refresh again. What happened over there?
It's not secure connected. It connected.
Oh, no. I'm saying what happened? Why did it came back up again now?
Because
We didn't do anything.
we pinged the host name. So we reached out to that. So
Did you fix it?
No.
Something happened, right?
Yes.
So maybe
So we got the
Look in the chat box. Somebody have an answer. Run web services. Okay, there you go. So this is not level 1 kind of stuff. But here's the thing, it's still level 1 troubleshooting. If you don't know the difference between a web server running a site versus a computer or server being down, then you're investing too much time troubleshooting something, right? So all I did, I went to another machine, I just entered the service was stopped, I just ran the service, that's it. So the web services that is giving this website, every website is running some kind of services, right?
Mhm.
JobSkillShare is running on one type of web server, Google.com, CNN.com, and then we have this. This was just a matter of me clicking a button there because that was not. So you confirm by doing a ping. That at least tell me that, okay, you know about how to ping quickly, right? So I check mark that. Then you were having issues right here. Then what should have you done here is this, that, okay, I would test this from a different machine.
The website.
I would test this website from a different machine. So then you rule out a specific machine issue. Then if it's not working on the same network, then what should you do?
I should check the router settings.
No. So you're a help desk right now. You don't have too much access to the routers or stuff like that. You got to do what you have access to, right? So yeah. You checked it on 2 machines that is on the same network. They're having issue. What else can you do to verify that this website is totally not working?
Did you check on a different browser?
Look in the chat room. Somebody just gave you an answer.
Cache the IP.
ER says, check this on a cellular network. Go out of your network and check it quickly. If it's not working, you cannot do anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in a minute, you can save yourself too much time, right? Because what if you spend like 30 minutes trying to troubleshoot this in your own network while the website is down from outside? And if it's working from outside and it's not working internally in your network overall, then you got something going on with the firewall, you got something going on with the DNS, whatever it is. But that's not going to be your issue, because if it's multiple machines doing the same thing, it's going to go to a sysadmin or somebody else, right? But if it's one machine not working, then of course you got to have some kind of problem in that machine. Browser level, go out of the browser, you test it on a second browser, and it works on the second browser. You know it's a specific to that one browser. So you see how quickly you can determine?
Yes.
So I feel like you guys need to work on these clients type of technical skills. It's important. I mean, people are going to ask you a question, what is port 21? But tell me what client have you used so far in FTP? And if you can answer that, then I feel like you just did a memorization. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So with this, I'm done because I think I'm running out of breath again. So
Hey, Dadish, hi, how you doing? Just before you go, so yeah, as soon as I was gonna check this chat, I do remember what this person Zubair, I think. I've checked. There's this particular site in Truth where you could actually check. It's like a kind of tool as well. I mean, I don't know if you've used it before. I assume you may have used it before, where you could check if a site is down.
oh yeah, like you can check like different site. What's that? One is
MX Toolbox.
Down detector.
They're down detector. There you go. So there's one site like that, but there are many different services. Even Spiceworks have an option, tools to clear their tool services. But there's one that called, man, I forgot the name. It's a very, very famous one from Manage Engine. Cloudflare also have a technology like that. I mean, there's so many cloud-based systems that can check it from different regions. So from Asia, from US, so you don't even have to go do the cellular type of troubleshooting. But when you're working with a troubleshooting like that, man, you don't have, your mind will not work like that. You're not gonna go to a site quickly and just test it. You just need to use something basics, right?
Yeah, also a lot of the services that you use will have some kind of dashboard. So O365 has their dashboard, AWS has their dashboard, G Suite has their dashboard. Discord even has a dashboard. You can go and check if it's down, and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I hope that was helpful.
It was extremely helpful.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that.
I was giving them 365 questions, and I'm gonna have to work with. You guys gonna have to work with Office 365 a little more.
A lot more for me.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The 365 stuff, you guys struggled with that. But you guys did good today. You guys helped each other out. You're supposed to help each other out. That's how, because in a real life and in a job environment, you should be working as a team. You should be helping each other. Like, if you don't know something, ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. It's good. It's really good. So I don't know if you guys have any more technical questions, Kevin or Haifa or Steven.
I mean, if you want, I do have.
You have another one?
Yeah, just I give you a flash drive. The flash drive is no good. It's a brand new flash drive, but you can't see it. When you plug it in, there's no drive letter. You can't see it. How would you go about checking and fixing that problem?
I would try to access it and see if the system is reading through command prompt through don't tell me, hold on. Disk well, I type in a command prompt and then I will go to disk partition, disk part. And then I will see if it listed there, and hopefully I can clean it or format it in such a way. I forgot how to add, I know you can used to make it, but I know Windows will automatically assign a drive letter, but there was a way you can manually assign one. But I would do this part and select the disk and try to clean and try to repartition it.
Good question. Good answer. And through the GUI?
Huh? No, of course not. This is command prompt.
No, but how would you do it through the GUI?
Oh, I don't. Oh, well, I would just if it's not popping up. If it's not popping up, that means it's not even going to be listing on device manager, is it? If it's not popping up automatically, I would check and see if it's listed on device manager. And try to right click and format it from there if it does pop up. But
It has a name. What's the name of that application? James, you're free to answer too as well if you know it.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. What is the what is it?
The name of the application to use the GUI?
Yeah. For what he explained, pretty much he gave the right answer, but he gave the command line answer. How do you do it through the GUI?
Yeah. GUI. I was thinking defragmenter. They got to do disk defragmenter, but that will be something else.
That's something else.
Let me check the. Come on, guys. We need something good here. James, can you help me out? I never done it through the GUI way.
You should, because you need to know multiple ways, because some companies, for example, for us, we block the command prompt. You can't even open it. So it starts with a D.
Yeah. Disk.
I don't know.
Keep going.
You got it.
This, because I don't know anything about besides this cleanup and this defragmenter.
This something.
And disk manager. There's no disk manager.
Disk management, yes.
Oh, it is disk management. Ah, because it's device management and then disk management. Oh,
yeah, exactly. Disk management. Yeah.
And that's where because I go
and then
there
you can go in there and you can see it. Because if it's not properly formatted, let's say if I formatted an ext4, that's a Linux file system. Windows doesn't recognize the ext4, so it's not going to be able to mount it. In order for it to mount, it needs to be able to recognize the file system. So you can format it in NTFS, exFAT, FAT32, something like that Windows can recognize, and then it'll automatically mount it and do whatever it needs to do.
Correct.
Or sometimes it can get corrupted, or the NTFS or the FAT32 partition will get corrupted, and you have to delete it and remake it again. And then, and other times the flash drive is just dead, but a lot of the time it's just corrupted.
Okay.
We also block USB devices.
Me
at
too.
Our company.
Yep, me too. We block it by default because we don't want people.
It could be a group policy blocking it. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a group policy. We don't want anyone trying to, you imagine someone comes from another company and they try to put a flash drive on our computer and it has a virus on it. You know, it's just has to get
Yeah.
blocked.
They're different companies have different policies with USB. Yeah.
Yeah, just like walk in. I'm gonna put this flash drive in here real quick.
I mean, what did you use in place of that? Like CDs or something? Like, I don't know.
No, you just don't access.
Yeah, you don't
email.
allow access.
Because you don't want people to like be sending, like, let's say you work in like in an area with sensitive information. You don't want people putting data on their flash drive and then walking off of that, you know.
So if you
That's an
have a
example.
flash drive and you have information, and if you know that your company's blocking it, you would probably do like upload your files to the company drive or something, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
In response.
Or email or something different. There's probably have some kind of policy for that.
Yep. Steven, you have any questions?
All right. That was a good one. That was a good question.
No, I'm good. I'm tired from freaking what Donna just went. That was a whole career right there in itself.
Was the boot thing that you were going through?
All those FTP and secure. Again, I learned a lot of things from Donish. It's amazing what he knows and how he throws that out there, and which I don't do on a basic day at all. I mean, I've never done that stuff in my life, really, secure shell and FTP. I just know the ports, but I never really work with it because I don't have to. Level 2, you never really have to do that stuff. That's all on Donish's level. So it's really
I actually have one.
It goes over that.
Yeah,
So
I've done that before in my other job.
Pretty cool.
So this one is going to be along the same lines as the other one. I guess that's a hint, but I have a disk, right? I have a laptop, and it has BitLocker encryption, but the Windows is broken, and I can't fix it. And I need to get the data off, but I don't have the keys. What can I do to get the data, get the computer back to working state?
I have zero experience with BitLocker. I just know it's a Windows feature,
Likewise.
Just it's encrypted.
So the whole hard drive is. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the scenario again? You got the laptop.
It's the laptop. It's broken. You need to find a way to get the users mad. They want their files back, and you need to get the laptop back to working state. What do? You don't have the keys for the BitLocker.
Okay. And their information is on their hard drive, obviously. And the hard drive is encrypted with BitLocker.
And you don't have the keys.
Don't have the keys. Trying to pull information. It's all encrypted.
And this is a Windows tool we're going to use here.
I don't know. You tell me.
Because I mean, if it's not.
I'm the client. What are you going to tell me? What are you going to do about it?
So I'm just trying, because I've never experienced BitLocker, like the process of what the effects would be if it's encrypted, but I'm guessing I am on the machine. I am able to access the desktop and everything.
Nope, it doesn't work. You need to, the Windows is broken. You need to do something about that, but you need to get the data off first, and you don't have the keys.
So I will have to.
It's a bit of a trick question.
I need another live disk again, another live USB stick again in this scenario.
But you don't have the keys. It's encrypted.
I don't even know what.
This is mean.
I don't.
BitLocker.
Yeah, one thing about BitLocker, guys, if you take that drive out and you try to slip it to another drive, it's still going to ask for the BitLocker code when you access it from the other machine.
So is the BitLocker code like the master password to like?
Yeah, it's like a password to encrypt it. But it's a bit of a trick question because if it's BitLocker encrypted and you don't have the keys, you can't get the data. You can't get the data. You have to tell the user, I can't get your data. You lost your data.
What?
And you just have to read. And after that, what would he do? What would he do to the computer to get it back to working again?
So
this one isn't a trick question. This one's pretty easy.
Are you saying just like get another hard drive, like reinstall Windows? Like I don't.
Yeah, just reimage the computer.
You
just say, I'm sorry, I can't recover your data. It's encrypted.
So you can't tell me there's like no way to recover that data. Like BitLocker is like 100% fail proof.
If you encrypted it with BitLocker, you don't have backups.
And that goes in hand with the type of file system, I guess. It works closely with the file system formatting.
Yeah, it works with Windows. Yeah.
Oh.
No NTFS.
I guess I'll ask you guys a question. This should be an easy one actually. So At least I hope. A person logs into their laptop and they can't connect to any websites. So and then the person can't log into any websites at all, like nothing at all. And they look at the date and time on the bottom right hand side, and it says 1995.
Oh, that's the good old one, huh?
Why is the Wi-Fi not working? What's wrong with the
Back
computer?
in my Toshiba laptop days, all those latitudes, I tell you.
It says 1995, and then it says 1995, the date, the time. It says the year 1995, and the user can't log in at all. There's no internet for some reason. What's wrong with it?
It sounds like it needs another CMOS battery.
Battery, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Oh, so you know about CMOS batteries.
Hey,
right.
now,
Because
unfortunately,
they sync the date and time.
those
even, like,
TPM chips as well, man. I tell you.
Okay.
Good.
Good. Very good.
But yes.
I'm about, yeah.
I learned it the hard way.
You know the hard way.
The CMOS battery. I'm like, oh, this thing is really got a job here. You know.
What's How do you get past the BIOS password on a computer then? If someone puts a password in the BIOS,
I will have to shorten the chip out, right? And not shorten the circuit. That's what I do. I just shorten the circuit on the chip, and it'll take it off.
Clear the settings.
Jump the chip. The terminology. Jump it, shorten it.
Trying to short it? What?
Yeah, I was shorting the chip. Like it's a specific chip on the motherboard. You have to read the motherboard specification to find it, and I just use like a flathead and short it out. And I mean that's how I removed it. I don't know what's the official.
On a desktop, yeah, that can work.
Yeah, that'll work on a desktop. Yeah.
It
So
was
you do
on
it
a
on a
laptop too, though. It was a laptop too. I did it on, but I mean it was an older laptop.
Like some laptops, yeah. Some laptops you could do it.
Okay, so I don't know the other way there.
What would you do for someone that? What would you do for someone that is having an issue with someone's having an issue with Excel and Excel keeps crashing?
Would you put it in the safe mode?
How do you do that?
You go into the search bar, you type in Excel. Oh my gosh. Excel.
You would do is excel.exe, right? And then space /safe.
.safe or
I got a question.
That's right. So
can you type right commands in the search bar now? I just realized that.
Yes.
Or is that not a thing?
You can.
So what would you do if you ran it in safe mode and Excel is still crashing?
Right. I don't know. I mean I can't say that. Interesting question, Kevin. It's still crashing. I would try to create a new account. Is that a thing? Or no, it's not running. Then
you're gonna create a brand new account for someone that's having an issue with Excel only?
No. I would not create a brand new account.
It's crashing.
It's still crashing. And safe mode won't run. Can I is it the repair nav thing, or is that not like is that not relevant? Repair the nav panel thing that can.
Yeah, you could repair it. Repair is fine. And you ran the repair and it's still crashing. What would you do next?
I am baffled. I would maybe see if
Evan?
Nope, go ahead.
So you did safe mode. So safe mode doesn't work. You ran a repair on it on Excel. Like you just repair the whole thing and it still doesn't work. What would you do next?
Check for any updates. Or
updates?
Updates to the application. This is the desktop client we're talking about, obviously, right?
Yep.
I am stuck here, guys. I'm not really sure. We did the safe mode. That disables the add-ins, right? Doesn't that automatically disable?
Yeah, that was the add-in. So the add-ins is not the issue now. and you ran a repair and it still doesn't work, what would you do next? I'm asking because this is actually real in IT. In IT world, you have this issue all the time. So I'm asking, what would you do next after that? You do that and that doesn't work. What's next?
I'm not sure. It's not running. Well, is there like a service?
What will be the next thing you would? What will be the next thing you would do? So you actually, you actually did all these other things and it just doesn't work for some reason. What's going on right now? Why the hell is Excel not working?
Could you desktop?
Could you reinstall the application? Or that doesn't work?
You could do that. Yeah, reinstall will fix it.
Delete and reinstall, and then check. Well, then I would go ahead and see if it run any updates, see if it's all up to date. That's how I would go about it. I check, or my way to check it after all those other incidents.
And what if I'm just giving you a hypothetical because this does happen too. By the way, what if you uninstall it? What if you ran a repair? You did safe mode. You uninstall, reinstall it, and it still doesn't work. What would you do next? This is real. This happened. I
mean, I would need to see that error code. I would need to see that error message because if I reinstalled it and it didn't work, then I need to see what that error message is specifically saying because it can't just say not running. There's got to be a services or something. Is there a service I can stop and start or something? Because if I reinstall it and it's not running,
right,
it will have to be a very specific issue, error message. I mean.
What would you do next after that? At this point, you've done everything now. Well, what's the next thing?
Escalated?
The next thing.
Yes, escalated. Good.
Escalated to high.
I was gonna say throw the computer out the window, but okay, we can escalate it.
Throw the computer out the window.
Kevtech, have you had a situation where because I've had one or two or actually maybe a couple of situations where I just ran a system file check and somehow it miraculously solved it. I mean, sometimes you just try certain things that you think might work and they just work.
For me, it never works. I do a SFC scan out, it never works.
I mean, not many times, but maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times it's worked for me. But no, you're right though. Yeah.
Never works for me. Never works for me for some reason.
Even if you do the DISM too as well.
It doesn't do anything. Never works for me. What? I'll give you another one. So what would you do if you open up an Excel file and it says this is opened by another user? Cannot open this file because it's opened by another user. What would you do next? And it says it doesn't say the name of the user. It just says it's opened by another user. What would you do next? Have you ever seen that before?
I think I have a while back. And it was, you said, is this the Excel?
Yeah, Excel. Yeah. It says it's being run by another user. You cannot open this file because it's being run by another user. So what would you do?
Then
next?
I have to see if another user is logged in on the computer. If it's the desktop version.
It says it's run by another user. It doesn't even say the name of the person.
Right. So I would either. It's running by another user.
This is a common issue, by the way. So sometimes 2 people are working on the same document, and one of them opens a document, and you don't know who opened it, right. And then it says it's opened by another user. So what would you do next?
Could I copy it and paste it and create a new file? Is that possible?
Yes, you could do that. That's one way to fix it.
Okay. I like that. Okay. That's one way. All right. Okay.
Do we do anything else? Can we try something else?
Someone else is using it. Usually I've encountered that when like someone else is on my computer still logged in and I just switched accounts.
How would you get rid of the other person that has the file open? What would you do?
Is the file on a server, a central server?
Yes.
Everyone's okay. Back to enterprise. I'm on enterprise. I would. Is it permissions or something? Or is it like an option that tells you like, hey, take over from here on the Excel UI? I'm not sure if that's an option.
Yeah, what else can you do? What else would you, so you can recreate the file. There's other things you could do. What else would you do? There's a real issue, by the way. This is common in Helpdesk, by the way. People don't hate Excel, but yeah, this is a common Excel issue. It says open by another user. So what would you do next? I mean, you could recreate the file, but then what else can you do?
Okay. Would I change? I mean, I wouldn't like deny them permission or nothing, right? Like just
No, you wouldn't do that.
just okay. I recreated the file. That worked. What else could I do? It's already open by another user. I should contact the user. Like, hey man, I'm trying to do this here, and you're blocking me.
But it doesn't say which user.
Right.
Aaron, you seen this issue before?
Of course.
It's a common Helpdesk issue.
Office 365 has kind of made this a little nicer and has been better about it. Also G Suite, because they let multiple people open files at the same time.
Mhm.
But
the desktop client, right?
Yeah, 2016, 2019, you always have this problem. It says you're unable to open this file. It's opened by another user. And it says contact your administrator, or I would say open in read mode only. That's what it was going to say. So when you have that issue, what would you do besides recreating the file? What would you do?
please don't recreate the file. Then you're just going to piss off your users.
Yeah.
One's going to be working on one file on one part of the server.
Right.
It's going to be working on the same file on another part of the server. And then at some point, they're going to be working separately, and it's going to make them angry.
I'm going to be like, I thought we had a GitHub. I was pushing it. But yeah, no, I'm not really sure what else I would do to get.
What would you do? What would you do, James?
I don't know where to go from there.
And there's got to be an option to take control of it.
Have you ever heard of that issue?
Ringing a bell. Yeah, I think I might have seen it maybe once or twice, but not very frequent for me.
So at this point, what would you do though? If you can't do anything else, what would you do?
We're in Excel.
At this point, what would you do next since you can't do anything?
I would just close out and try to open it again later.
No, it's not the fix. What would you do?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Re-escalating it?
Yeah, escalated. So what? All right, I'll answer the question. So to fix that problem, you actually have to go to the physical server, and then you go to the share drive where that file is located, and then you close it. That's the only way you could do it. By going to the share drive in that location, and you open it up and you close the session. It's called open session. You kill the session of the person that has it open.
Yeah, you kick them out of the file.
You kick them out of the file, and then you're good to go after that.
I'm going to the file server, right, or the application server, or whatever they want.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna find
kick them
that
out.
application.
You kick them out. So if you right click on that location, the file path location, you have the option to log them off or disconnect them. You can just kick them out. You're gonna do log off, you do disconnect, and you kick them out. Then the file closes. Then try reopening it again, and then it's gonna open as a regular user again. That's a common issue that you'll get, and you can't do anything on that. Actually, that's a level 2 issue. So
yeah, Helpdesk can't access the file
actually
server.
Can't access it. Yeah. So you escalate it to your sysadmin. Your sysadmin has to go and look for that file, figure out who has it open, and then close it out and kick the person out of it. So
with that right click function, is there like a Windows Server option or something? I haven't seen it in like a Windows 10 system. Like,
I have to make a video. I haven't gone over this, but basically you have to. There's a path directory, and then the sysadmin will go there, and he right clicks on it, and he kicks the person out of it. So that's not level 1, but this is actually a common issue. Like a user opens a file, it says open read only. Common issue.
Escalate.
Especially with people working from home. Like with this VPN thing, people are opening files on the server over VPN, and they're not sitting in the same office as all their other people. Because normally people just stand up and say, "Who's got this file open?" And somebody's like, "Oh, sorry, I'll get out of it." But now that everybody's working from home, it's more of an issue now because they can't just say, "Who's got this file open?" You know?
Can't really do anything. Yeah.
So when they put more stress on the network admin or something, I don't know.
Sorry, whoever's playing music, can you not? Because the stream is gonna get
copyright
or whatever.
That's my uncle in the next room over out.
Copyright in, yeah.
So that's basically So it says it's opened by another user, and then the sysadmin has to literally go in there, and either he kicks the person out, or he tells the person, "Yeah, can you just close that file for me?" You know, and that's it. That's how you fix that problem. And that's a common help desk issue, by the way. But you won't even worry about that. Like you worry about tell the sysadmin where that file location is, like where's it located, and then they go ahead and kick the guy out. So
Hey, Kev, is there any kind of timeout feature on that where it will kick anybody out after a certain level or a certain time limit?
No, there isn't.
Oh, really?
The file stays open with the user opens the file. They click on the file. It stays open. They have to close the file out. Once they close the file out, then you get that error message will go away. It stays. They can stay logged into the computer with that file open, and it won't go away until you kick the guy out of it.
If
It just
that's the
won't.
case, I get kicked out every time because
Yeah.
I leave everything open on my
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Whenever it says, sometimes it will say a username.
Mhm.
Not ever trust the username that it says has the file open.
Yes.
Because that's almost always wrong.
Or it's always wrong. Yes. And then
Not
you kick the wrong guy on the file by accident, and then you're gonna get even more in trouble.
Oh, I see.
Yes, it's a common issue, by the way. It's a common help desk issue. That's one issue. Like I have a lot of weird issues I've seen. I'm not gonna go over that today.
All right, to take that a step further, if you don't know who that person is, or you see a person that's not really the person, what is the next step?
That's a sysadmin. I just answered that question. The sysadmin
But
knows who
do
it
you
is.
call up the user and say, "Hey, are you in that folder? Can you please get out of it?" Or
No, it'll tell you on the server side. It'll tell you who actually has it open. It tells you. It tells the sysadmin.
But Hemi just said that's false. Sometimes don't ever believe that.
No. He said
No,
when you
on the
open
error
Excel,
message.
when you open Excel itself, it says it there, not on the server side. On the server side, it will give you 100% where it is.
That was the Excel will give you like a false positive, but the server won't.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just clear that up.
Sometimes a lot of the times it'll just say who the owner of the file is, like whoever created the file.
Mm-hmm.
It won't actually say who's currently has the file open,
Mm.
or it'll just say admin or something like that.
Yeah.
So on whenever the person says, "Hey," it says Fred has this file open. Can you? But I need to be able to open it. Can you let me into the file? It's like, okay, hold on. Let me go to the server, and let me kick whoever actually has the file open. Don't just. A lot of people will just call Fred, and then Fred will be like, "Well, I don't have the file open." And then you've got two people calling saying, "It says Fred's got the file open. I can't open it." And Fred's
Fred's
like,
on vacation.
I don't have the file open. So then it seems a little confusing, but always that kind of stuff needs to just be escalated.
Yeah, you go to the sysadmin and he'll take care of it. The sysadmin knows it's 100% accurate on the server side, not on the local client user side where he's opening the file. It's not the same thing. So you have to go and close it in there, and that's a common help desk issue. You know, it's just common.
Kevtech and Aaron, I think you're probably luckier in your environment because where I work, it's almost like the sysadmin guys are invisible. They cannot be bothered sometimes. And I've seen this kind of issue, like you said a couple of times. The problem is when we escalate it, because obviously we can't do anything about it. We're not on the server side.
Mhm.
They sit on it, and it's like the user still comes back in at us. I'm almost. I mean, I wonder if we have those situations where the sysadmin sits on this kind of tickets and don't work on them on time.
Oh well, that's your environment, man. You gotta be on them and tell them to fix the problem, man. That's your environment. But that's your
I mean,
environment.
that's why you do good notes in your ticket. You say, "I'm not able to kick this. That's not part of my job. I don't have access to this. I've escalated this to tier 2 or my systems admin, and they need to be the ones that take care of it." Now, tier 2, usually their tickets take longer to resolve, so them going from one ticket to the next ticket is going to take longer. They have a queue just like you do. So you got to just let those users know that, hey, I'm going to get you over to tier 2. They're the ones who have to take care of this. And then usually the tier 2 takes ownership, and they should say, I'm going to take care of this ticket with you. I can't hit it right now, but I'm going to be able to take care of it later. Like a tier 2 should always take ownership once you've escalated it, and it should never come back to you.
Depends on the company. Depends on the company too. If you have access to do it too, really depends on the company too. Every company is different. So
I wanted to say I saw someone ask earlier. I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, but someone was asking Aaron or / Hammy what you do, or do you want to give people a little bit of a background so that they know who's like where this advice is coming from?
Okay, so I'm a network manager for a retail chain of 67 different locations across 5 states. I kind of did system admin before this, and now I'm doing a lot more network administration. So I've done a lot of this, but I started out working for Apple, and I did Apple Care. and I was a tier 1 Apple Care associate, and then I worked there for a while, and then I moved up to tier 2 Apple Care, and then I got this real position. I say it's a real position in IT because it's actually working for an actual company, not just Apple Care working from home.
There we go.
Anything Apple related is not real IT, right?
Amen. But the help desk experience was incredible, because that's the biggest thing about help desk. It doesn't matter what the endpoint device is. The whole point of help desk is to show empathy and to let them know you're going to work with them to figure out the issue. Even if you don't know right off the bat what buttons you're going to click, you just have to make them feel good about themselves. Like, oh yeah, you've got a calendar issue. I've ran into this before. Let's work together on this and we'll get it figured out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I also think, truth be told, although I had this impression that Apple wasn't real IT, but suddenly when I joined the company I work for, a lot of the guys could not work on Apple, any situations that involved Apple, and I've become kind of valuable in that regards, because at least I have quite a grasp, so I wouldn't discount that.
Oh,
Definitely not discounting it, but at the enterprise level, you don't see Apple products at the enterprise level. Now you will see like iPads or iPhones for end users. So you'll always have to manage that kind of stuff, but you won't see tons of Mac deployments at the enterprise level, unless you're in California.
You'll see like iPhone for. You'll see a lot of people use iPhones for like MDM, like mobile device management.
Correct.
And they will have like, oh, and they call you, oh, hi Kevin, hi, how you doing? Good morning. I need you to set up my email on my phone. Can you set me up real quick? Like, yeah, sure, I'll set you up. And then you set up their phone and they have email on their phone, you know. And then some companies, that's just an example. And another example, hi Kevin, I need you to set up 2-factor authentication because I can't log into VPN. Can you set up dual mobile for me on my phone? You know, like, you know, because you have 2-factor authentication to log into VPN, to log into all these services that require 2-factor authentication. So things.
Also, you'll see like Mac stuff a lot in entertainment industry, so videos, photography, audio, but also in a lot
Adobe.
of programming. Yeah, with Adobe products, right? You know, you're going to see a lot of the programming world. You'll see a lot of programmers who use Macs because it's closer to Unix without being Linux itself. They still want. They want something simpler. They use a Mac. So you see stuff like that around. It's definitely a thing, but it's not the main thing.
So where's like the word in within the MDM realm? Where does it stop at help desk and go into system admin? Like, what is the difference?
MDM is mobile device management. So you help someone set up their mobile phone with email. If you're help desk, and I can't say if you're help desk because it depends on the company. So, you know, obviously I'm gonna keep saying that. So like if you're help desk level 1, you might be setting up someone's email on their phone and they might be using like in company Intunes, you might be using Mobile Iron, you might be using MOS 360. It depends on the company, you know. You might be doing that, you may not be doing that. It might be level 2 that might be doing that, you know. So it depends on the company. Really depends on the company.
To add that some companies don't allow for you to BYOD, bring your own device, or they will allow you to bring your own device. There's just like so many steps and like waivers and things that you have to sign away. Like you basically sign your life away just so you can use your own device.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind too that when you download those MDM applications, they control stuff on your phone. Like they could wipe your phone, delete your phone. You could reinstall the whole operating system. They could unlock your phone if your phone is locked out. There are a lot of things you could do on it.
Yeah.
And then everything on your personal phone becomes theirs if you put anything like that is linked to like your email or whatever. Like you no longer have privacy. You're giving away your rights to privacy.
That's why you sign a waiver form. You sign a waiver form. There's a form you sign whenever you're doing these things.
I know for our company also, like they make you sign some kind of like part of what that you sign is like if you lose the phone, like how to, because the information is so like whatever
sensitive.
Yeah, like you'd have to. Okay, I can't think anymore. Sensitive information. Don't lose your phone.
Yeah, exactly. So that will happen. So like if you have access to, because every help desk company is different. Like you could be called help desk and you're doing sysadmin stuff. You could be called help desk and you're doing level 1, level 2. You'd be called help desk, you're doing level 1. That's why like with me it's like titles don't really mean anything because it's like sometimes titles are misleading. You may be doing more
that's
than
why
that
Donna
or
was
less
like,
than that.
when I said, what did I say earlier to Donna? I was like, I'm gonna just, do that, open that port up. You like, you gonna do that? You gonna do that? I'm like, okay. So just like you said, it's company specific. So
someone said you can't wipe personal data, only they could wipe company profile. That's not true. You could wipe a whole phone if you have mobile device management.
Right.
You could wipe a whole phone and remove the operating system and reinstall the whole thing on the phone. I don't know if you know that.
Same thing with a lot of email. Yeah, like if you have like O365 or webmail through your school, if you have G Suite through your school, we can wipe your phone by accident.
Yeah.
But if you wipe the phone, then the MDM is also removed.
It automatically links it up, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like you can choose, don't let me wipe. No, it gives you the whole access. I can just wipe
yeah, you can wipe the whole phone, like everything. So I should be careful with that because you have access to that. You got to be careful with that because you could either delete the MDM profile, which is fine. You could delete that, but then you can also delete the whole phone. So you got to be, because you have too much power. So you got to be careful with that because you could just mess up the whole phone, if that makes sense.
Another thing you got to remember too, guys, is that when you use your own personal phone, they're not going to pay you for the data. They may control it, but they won't pay for your data every month. So you're using your own data. They do that
on company time,
and they have control of that. So you got to remember that there's a trade-off there. They're letting you into their network with that phone, but they can wipe that phone or control that phone. But they're not going to say, "Oh, we'll help you pay for that phone off there." Guys, they won't do that. A lot of companies will say, "Well, okay, if something happens to the phone, it's who cares." You sign that little waiver, you sign that off. That's why you never use your personal phone. You don't let them put anything on it. If you don't want anything from the company, you say, "Give me a freaking company phone." Fine. Then I'll have 2 phones. But you got to weigh that out when push comes to shove. It's very, very important detail there because even if you're a contractor, a non-contractor, if you don't want to, because I have people like, they don't want to use their personal phones, but then they get like company phone, but then some people say they don't want to be tied down with a company phone, so they use their personal phones. So really, it's like a trade-off. Whatever you want to do, that people don't want to carry around 2 phones or 1 phone. So there's some things you got to think about there as well when you make that decision. If they ask you, "Hey, you need a company phone," all right, well, what do I use? Do you guys give me one? Oh, no. You have to use your own. So if that, again, will they help you buy a new phone? No. Your phone goes belly up, you got to go out and buy a brand new phone quickly because you need it for work. So those are things you got to ask the company. You got to see what they do. Maybe some people will help you out. They'll give you maybe some money towards it. But those are the things you got to ask. And when it comes down to the Apple stuff, where I work, one person in the whole entire IT department works on Apple products. And an email came out wide last week saying they are looking for people for Mac because nobody likes to work on Macs. And we have one guy, and that guy leaves. Nobody wants to work on Macs, and all the Mac tickets come in, and they get assigned to this one person every single week. Every single day, we see the same guy over and over and over. He's like only one guy that does Mac. So we do have them, but nobody seems to like to work on them. So people seem to shy away from those tickets, and so he is forced to work on them. So
it's something different,
I work with Mac every day in my job. I do Mac and Windows and Linux. So it's just depends on the company.
We have a couple of Macs out there, but again, it's not very heavily used.
Yeah, we have like 3 or 4 Macs, 5 or 6, but for the most part, they just work.
A lot of we see this, you guys like with like VPN issues.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like Mac does not like VPN or the Cisco VPN client at all. Like it always does something weird. I've been seeing that a lot with our tickets come in. I don't know why. Maybe because Mac updates our operating system every 2 days. Who the heck knows? And Cisco just can't catch up. I have no idea what the problem is, but.
I wonder if thank you, Kev. I wonder if companies are, because of what's going on in the world, I don't want to say its name, but I wonder if companies are becoming a little bit more lenient with their mobile device management restrictions.
Yeah, I have a company phone and I have my regular phone and I have MDM on both devices. It's just whatever.
I'm not giving them access to my personal phone. That's dead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. You don't want to give them your personal phone number because then it can bug you at any time. You don't want that.
Yep.
No, my director and my lead, they have my personal phone number, but
yeah, but that's like your person. That's like because they're working with you. It's different. But like, you don't want to give like a customer and then they call you at 2 a.m. Oh, I can't access my email. You know.
Oh my God, do you know how miserable that would be?
Yeah, you don't want to give them your cell phone number, like your personal cell phone, because they'll call you and then you get used to that calling you like that. You know, don't want that.
So
yeah,
they do that
make a
now.
ticket, just be like, oh yeah, can come help me? No.
So they do that now with my Skype. Like I'll be with a client and they'll just like hit up my Skype, like call me, call after call after call. And I'm like, I know you're older and like, I know that you don't know how this works, but don't call me more than once. I get a missed call. Can you imagine giving them the phone number? Oh God.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we talked long enough for today. I think. What do you guys think?
It's never over. Even we get off of here, it's never over.
Join the Discord, like the stream. I don't know. Did you tell everyone this was the last one for the year?
I will be live, but it won't be like training or anything like that. So I will be live, but it won't be training. So but Fred, you guys did good. Fred, you did good. James, good job.
Fred did.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna work on these. We're definitely gonna get on this cache mode and everything VPN, all things VPN. That's for sure.
I need you guys to start applying.
Yeah, you gotta start applying for. You gotta start applying for jobs too, man. Like you gotta get like prepared and just actually go to the job interview and see what they're gonna ask you. You gotta do that. You can't. Like this. What we do here is good, but also you should be applying for jobs. Like and
that's set up in the real world.
Add that internship in your resume, and then start applying for jobs and see what happens. Yeah, I do it practice now. We're doing practice. It does help. So you should be better now if you go to an actual. So that's why.
And as a recap, that BitLocker, that was just a trash it, right? Reinstall OS.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the keys, you can get it. You can extract the information. But if you don't have the keys, that's it. You lost it. It's encrypted.
Yep.
You're not gonna break that encryption.
Yep.
All right.
You're not the NSA.
Can I was just gonna say, can they do it? But yeah, okay, all right.
I'm sorry. Someone in the chat is asking to answer a question. Could you please join the Discord? I'm going to add the link because the stream's about to end. So like they're not even going to be able to answer you properly.
Yeah, like we're on Discord. Like people, I don't know, people want to join Discord, but we're on Discord. If you want to hang out on Discord, we're on Discord. So, I said like the reason why I'm not going live as much is because my main focus for December is all mentorship for everyone. So I'm gonna do one-on-one with people throughout the whole month for free with everyone, and pick a day and time and do one-on-one with people for 1 to 2 hours and try to see how many people will get a job at the end of December. That's basically what my goal is for December. It's all mentorship stuff that I'm trying to do. But that's not gonna be on Discord. That's not that's not YouTube. It's outside. So if you're part of Discord and you wanna, I'll let you know my schedule, and then we'll I'll go and sit with you and we'll look at your resume. We'll go to your tech skills. You may be uncomfortable with something like soft skills or tech skills. Let me know, and we'll go over it. And the way it works is I send you a Zoom invite, and then we go one-on-one. It's not recorded, and then basically I tell you like, listen, you got to work on this. You got to get better on this. I need you to be better on this. I give you pointers and stuff like that. So, but that's for December, obviously. So, just join Discord because we do a lot of stuff outside of Discord. So it's just, outside of YouTube. Outside of YouTube, we do a lot. So we're all over the place. So, you guys got anything to say? Anyone? Femi?
I was only gonna ask if Kevin Diaz and Aaron have YouTube channels, and then about the make of your chair that you have right now, Kevtech.
What?
The make of that chair that you have right now. That was what I was gonna ask you. And then
it's a brand new chair. It's a brand new chair. Brand new chair.
And then if Kevin Diaz and Aaron have like YouTube channels, well,
I have my channel. You see, I'm in the chat. Kevin Duncan. I don't really make that many videos though.
Okay.
Kevtech wants me to make some Linux videos. I might make some Linux.
Yeah, come on.
That's exactly what I was trying to make you do.
That, brother.
But yeah. I don't know about Aaron though.
Then Aaron, I don't think he has a channel.
I don't have a channel.
Oh.
I got this. This is what I got to deal with. I don't make videos.
And Steven
I'm
Steven
always
has
in
a channel.
Discord though.
Yeah,
I'm
When's
on
the next
this
video,
channel.
Steven?
I have a channel. I'm failing now.
I'm on Steven's channel. Yeah.
Hey, has a channel too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Hey,
Don't say that. That's not true.
I was
I
like,
have,
what?
I have a I do have a channel, but like it's a hangout. It's not like
It's a cooking
I don't
channel.
make, it's like a chillin' channel.
It's a printer channel.
Yeah, it's
What's
it's
it all
a
like?
It's all
cook
about
with Heifa 365. That's what it's called, something like that. Something like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get out of here.
Discord.
Fred James, I'll be watching you.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
internship. I'll
thank
be
you,
watching you.
Fred and James. You two were the only people in this last few weeks who have actually
You
come onto
actually
the stream and
participate,
actually
yeah.
participated. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Exactly.
Definitely. Thank you guys.
As
Good
always,
job, you guys.
as always, like I don't like as always like I don't know if Donish is listening, but as always, Donish, thank you for being here too. Because without this, I wouldn't be doing it. Like Donish is helpful as well, and everyone here it's a community, so everyone's helping each other. So thank you guys for being here. Donish, thank you. I know you're not feeling 100% today, but it's okay. We'll talk later. And that's it. Hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe. Have a good weekend. And maybe I'll break dance later, but not today. All right? There, guys.
Cool. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Donish.
Right.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Take
Bye,
care.
guys.
Hi guys. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye.